Liberty, 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 liberty.
This year, what's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Opportunity should be about more than opening doors. At Year Up United, it's about opening the world so everyone can find their way. Here, you can learn in-demand skills while earning a weekly stipend working with industry-leading companies. Companies that are looking for someone like you. And with an opportunity like that, there's nowhere to go but up. Learn more at yearup.org.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big 3 MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big 3 championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big 3's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big 3 Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
Our kids are grappling with anxiety on a scale no generation has faced. Fortunately, scientists like Dr. Kristen Benito and Dr. Josh Kemp understand that remarkable crises require remarkable solutions. So their teams at Bradley Hospital are creating AI tools and virtual reality exposure therapy to transform mental health care. Because our kids' success tomorrow depends on the breakthroughs we make today. Brown University Health. The future of medicine is here.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
WEEI-FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston, and Odyssey Sports Station.
The day shuts down. The games light up. This is BetMGM Tonight on Westwood One Sports.
Dave Ramirez, Kate Constable in for Brad and Pat today here on BetMGM Tonight, getting you set, taking you into the weekend. Should be a beautiful weekend here in Chicago, Gabe. Time to get outside. Is it officially summer?
Oh, it's been summer since like the middle of May. You know, like you can't tell a Chicagoan, like once it gets 60 degrees in Chicago and people start eating lunch on the sidewalk, like, you know, it doesn't like, who cares what day it actually begins? It's whenever I can wear shorts, whenever I put sunglasses on, like whenever I can go outside and I'm not freezing my tail off. Yeah, exactly. Then it's summertime.
That's when summer starts. Yeah. All right. I can agree with that. It has felt like 60s, 70s though right now in Chicago. Like it's nice, but it's been a little chilly from like the 80s we had. So I kind of want it to warm up just a little bit. I want like high 70s, very low 80s, not a lot of humidity. I mean, I'm not asking
We're
for
so
much.
bougie. Chicagoans, we're so bougie. We love our city so much. And people, Condé Nast will come in. People from the World Cup will come visit it while they're here in the States. And we're like, yeah, but you know what? We don't want it too hot. We don't want it too cold. Can it just be like 74? And then you get it. Like that's this like a day like today in Chicago is a day that makes tourists want to move here. Where they are like right now, it's Friday, 8:00, Juneteenth. Nobody's worked all day. Downtown is bussing right now. And if you're a tourist and you came here for the weekend because you had the day off, you're like, babe, I don't know, babe. Can you see us living here at some point in the future? Like that's the kind of conversations couples are having as they're exploring Chicago for the first time in front of the Bean.
In front of the Bean. It was a beautiful day. The beach was packed. I look out over on the Lake Michigan and the beach, and that was packed all day long. And so that's always a good day when the beaches are filled. But
in Chicago, the beaches are like, especially at this time, specifically at this time, it's like the high school kids that graduated high school are doing their last hurrah. The college kids that have been away all spring, they're ready to be at the beach. And then just regular Chicagoans. So it really is like a hodgepodge of people, but it gets two-pack. Two-pack for me. I stay away from North Avenue and Oak Street Beach.
I will say, I am not far from North Ave Beach. Like I could very easily make it there every day. And I have been to the beach probably 3 times in the decade that I've lived in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Not going to lie. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I go walking on like the lakefront all the time. Right. But like me and my friends meeting at the beach for the afternoon, no, not happening. Not happening.
You fancy.
I know. All right, let's play a fancy game here of the list. A very popular game that is played on BetMGM tonight. But before we do that, real quick, U.S., they won tonight. But when they score, you score too in their next game. You win a share of $500,000 in bonus bets for every U.S. goal throughout the World Cup. Place a $5 or more pre-match bet on any World's game match in which the U.S. is playing. And apply your Gold Rush token. You'll win a share of $500,000 in bonus bets for every goal scored by the U.S. in the match. And bonus bets, they'll all be split among all eligible winners after that match. But go over to BetMGM, get in on that. All right, it is time to play the list.
I'm going to have to go tell the world exactly what's on the list.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. I love trivia.
Hey, the champ is telling you to do something. You know what? You just made the list.
All right, it's time for the list. Monty and Brandon, welcome in, gentlemen.
All right, it is list time. Monty, I don't know what you cooked up for us this week, but what the hell did you cook up for us this week? Because, look, I've got 2 new people here. There's no Pat for me to... Pat is usually the one that I just, like, I don't care. If Pat goes out first, then I'm fine losing that week. But I can't lose to Pat.
You just don't want to lose to Pat.
Yeah. So this week with you guys, like, I don't know. I don't think I want Pat to come back knowing that I lost while he was out. So, Monty, what do we got?
Well, I feel like I most certainly cooked for you guys tonight. So we're going to go to the NBA.
Oh, God.
And we have the draft on Tuesday. So we're going to do number 1 overall picks, but there's a little twist. It's number 1 overall picks who have won Rookie of the Year.
Oh, God.
Ooh.
Okay.
Holy crap.
All right, is this a team one again, or is this all we just yell it out?
It's individual.
Every man for themselves.
we go one by one, taking turns, and then who last man standing is the one that wins. So for the sake of this this game, we will let Gabe go first. We will let Kate go second. I'll go last. And then we go one by one. And every round, it's last man standing.
Wow. Well, fortunately, I go first because I don't know how many number one MVPs I know past this person. So I'm going to go with Derrick Rose to kick things off.
Not MVP, Rookie of the Year.
Oh, my bad. They said, okay, my bad. Okay, so then number one picks Rookie of the Year. Oh, well then, yeah, Victor Wembanyama. We'll go backwards.
That works. He is on the list.
Okay.
Kate?
I'm going to go, oh my gosh. I'm going to go this past year. Why is his name escaping me? Dallas Mavericks. Oh, and now I'm panicking that I can't remember it. And so it's the Duke kid. What's his name?
Where's the buzzer at? Where's the buzzer?
Plant
You're not going to get it.
Cooper Flag.
Okay.
All right.
Boom.
All right.
4 stars for me.
There we go. Well, I'm going to go with the name that Gabe threw out there and then went off of him for some reason. But I'm gonna go with Derrick Rose, who won Rookie of the Year.
I was surprised about that as well.
Yeah.
They kind of tricked you there, Gabe.
That's okay. I like it. All right. Number one picks LeBron James.
Oof. That is correct.
This name Gabe threw out earlier. Paolo Banchero.
Well, I'm helping everybody out in this game. Huh? That was going on here. Okay.
Early in the show, we were talking about number one overall picks. Paolo Banchero.
He is on the list.
I don't remember if he won Rookie of the Year, but he just won an NBA championship.
Uh-oh.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he did. He's on the list.
Oh.
I thought you were about to go somebody else.
I'll go Shaquille O'Neal.
That is also correct. You guys are crushing it. You guys all seem so worried, and here we are just rattling off name after name after name.
How many names are on this list, Monty?
19. Good question. 19.
Oh gosh, I can't get there.
No. No chance.
You might not have to.
That's true. Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins is on the list.
Rookie of the Year.
Wow.
Rookie of the Year.
Good one.
Look at you with your Minnesota pool.
Timberwolves. Yep.
That's good.
I don't know much about that.
Is it my turn?
I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm lost on the order, to be honest.
It's Brandon's turn.
It's Brandon's turn.
Okay. All right. Tim Duncan?
I will say...
WEEI. New England Sports Original.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is presented by ZipRecruiter. Find out why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ziprecruiter.com/team.
WEEI Red Sox Studios in Brighton. I'm Joe Weil, and this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Happy Juneteenth. Also, happy World Cup watching. Hope you're still riding the high of the U.S. men's national team's World Cup 2-0 win over Australia, which, of course, took place at Lumen Field in Seattle. And tonight, welcome to a little Red Sox After Dark. Boston enters action tonight, 29-43, which matches their worst start through 72 games in the divisional era that dates all the way back to 1969. The other time that they were 29-43 in their first 72 games in the divisional era was 1996, but that season they did finish with a respectable 85-77 record. But this team has dropped 8 of their last 10, including 4 in a row, and yesterday was another tough one. The Sox did overcome a 3-0 deficit. They dramatically tied it with back-to-back home runs in the 8th inning from the unlikeliest of power sources in Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Falefa and Caleb Durbin. But a drop pop-up between Connor Wong and Durbin in foul ground extended Brandon Valenzuela's at-bat against Aroldis Chapman in the 9th inning, and Valenzuela made good use of his second lease on life at the plate for the Blue Jays. And here was the play of yesterday's game, brought to you by Nissan. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now is the time to get behind the wheel of the Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier.
3-2. Here it is. It is skied into left field. Wind has it. Duran back onto the track at the wall. He can't make the play. It's off the green. Jaron has to play the carom. A wind-aided double, and Toronto goes ahead 4-3.
So Valenzuela delivers an RBI double off the wall to make it 4-3 Blue Jays, and that was the decider. Sox do fall by a score of 4-3, and Boston now drops to 12-25 at home this season. They're also now 0-32 when trailing by 3 runs or more in a game. Now, the Red Sox have been better on the road. They're 17-18, but the M's have won 8 of their last 10 home games, and they've pitched really well in that span, yielding a 2.61 ERA and an .564 opposing OPS against in that span. With that, we'll bring you today's opening take, which is brought to you by Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy. Sip the fruity, candy-coated chaos. And we have to focus on the Red Sox offense. This team has to be better with runners in scoring position. Yesterday, they went 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position, and that concluded a series against the Blue Jays in which this team went 1 for 29 with runners in scoring position over the 3-game sweep at the hands of the Blue Jays. And according to the Boston Globe's Alex Spear, it's the worst performance since at least 1974 by the Sox in a single series with at least 25 at-bats with runners in scoring position. You look at their OPS with runners in scoring position this season at .692. That's 22nd in Major League Baseball. It has to be better, and if they get those opportunities again tonight, they have to capitalize at a much better rate. Tonight's pitching matchup is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the best prices on tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. And for the Red Sox, it's left-hander Ranger Suarez taking the hill opposite of M's righty Bryce Miller. Miller's 3-0 with a 1.54 ERA across 6 games pitched. The 27-year-old has been great. He is the only starting pitcher in the majors to rank in the 90th percentile in walk rate and hard hit rate with a minimum of 30 innings pitched. And last time out, which was against the Nationals, he allowed just 2 runs over 8 innings of work. Now, what's interesting tonight for the Mariners is that Luis Castillo is set to piggyback Miller, and Seattle's doing this because they have a 6-man rotation, and they have these days off in the 27 days leading into the All-Star break. They have 4 off days in this 27-day span, meaning that their starters would only throw once a week if they just continue with this 6-man rotation. So an interesting dynamic set for tonight with Bryce Miller to get the start and Luis Castillo, at least as of now, slated to follow. As for Suarez, he's coming off a decent outing last time out against another AL West team. That was the Texas Rangers last Saturday. He allowed 2 runs on 6 hits and 5 innings of work. He struck out 7 in that game. But if you take out the first 2 starts of his season, he's had a really good run this year. He has a 2.48 ERA over his last 11 starts. He's only allowed 2 home runs in that span as well. And you look at what he's done in his career against the Rangers. He's 2-0 with a 1.42 ERA in 2 career starts against the Mariners. I said Rangers, meant to say Mariners. Speaking of pitching, Garrett Whitlock is the star of the Baseball Isn't Boring 2-Minute Grill presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil, including BioHeat as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com. Obviously, Garrett Whitlock is one of the most elite relievers in Major League Baseball. He's also elite in extension. He's in the 97th percentile, according to Baseball Savant, and he talked about the importance of extension with our very own Rob Bradford.
All right, there's no human being on the planet I'd rather be talking to more than Garrett Whitlock right now. I have a great subject, and that is the value of extension when it comes to pitching. You know, we didn't really start measuring this. I don't know when it was, or been paying attention to it for recently. You are really good at it, and then when you see the analytics and then you watch, like, okay, I understand that works. When did it come into your world that this was a valuable thing that you had?
I didn't know it was a thing until probably 22, I guess. because like people always said like, oh, like it looks different like when you're playing catch and everything, like with me. And so I didn't know about it until like I got up here and they actually started showing me the analytics of it. It's not something that I try and do, it's just natural. So, you know, it's one of those things where I feel like you either got it or you don't. Like I feel like you can't try and like do it. I think it's just something that comes natural.
And it's not something that you also have to work on. Oh, you've probably never said, oh, my extension isn't what it should be. It is. That's always going to stay consistent, right?
It should. I mean, obviously, like as long as your mechanics are right, like it should always be the same. Like I said, like if you're trying to search for it or if you're trying to add it, I feel like you're going to come out of your natural mechanics, or at least for me, like it's just something that like I do. It's not something that I'm like striving like, oh, I need to make sure I'm farther or anything like that. It's like, no, that's just how my body works.
And the reason that, you know, it's sort of on my radar, talking to you about Jacob Mizorowski, because he's obviously so dominant now, but he's 100th percentile. He not only throws harder than anybody, but he also has the biggest extension. Yeah. So when you watch a guy like that, you're like, okay, I get it. Like I get like why, watch yourself, but also other guys, why this is so important.
Yeah, I mean, like it's one of those things where like DeGrom's the same way. Like he's got big extension, big velo. Toley's the same way. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where like, yeah, it's definitely a deception part, and like until they're able to come up with something like in analytics to measure actual deception, I think it's something that people can point to and be like, okay, like, you know, he may throw 92 or in Miz's case 102, and it's going to play different and look different than what the actual speed says it is, and so it's a unique measurement, I guess.
The last thing is, did anyone ever say to you, oh man, it feels like the ball's really getting on me fast when you pitch?
Yeah, and that's a deception part of it, right? So like there's multiple components of deception, but extension is definitely one of them, and that's the thing is like it's like, okay, like some like guys would tell me like in spring training, like, yeah, it looks like you're slapping me in the face when you release the ball. And so that's something where it's like, okay, it's clearly something that hitters see differently than other people. And so like I don't think I'm like crazy, like I think I'm like 93rd percentile maybe.
Pretty good.
So,
pretty good.
Yes, it helps, but I'm definitely not. I remember in 21, like there wasn't very many of the guys with big extensions. So it was like me and Wheeler and like there's like one other guy, and that was it. So I was like 99th percentile, and I was like, oh, this is sick. Now I feel like everyone's kind of doing it, so it's like, oh, I'm like 93rd at 7.3. So
just stay in the 90s. That's all. Thanks, man.
So he is at 7.3, but he is in the 97th percentile. So Garrett Whitlock actually sold himself a little bit short there. But obviously he's been so good for the Red Sox in his career. The extension plays a role in that. Great conversation there with Rob Bradford. You can watch the Red Sox pregame show on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Subaru summer is finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. And coming up in about 15 minutes, Will Fleming sits down with Chad Tracy. And Chad Tracy on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. It is the final days to get employee pricing for all Ford, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball, and that dirty water. But coming up next, Will Middlebrooks joins us from Seattle as we continue to get you set here for Red Sox versus Mariners. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Ice Cube's Big Three is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. Three-time Big Three MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle two-time Big Three championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big Three's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his third straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big Three Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday, 8 p.m. on BET.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios as the Sox kick off a series against the Mariners in Seattle, where they have had some recent success. They are 3-1-1 in their last 5 series at Seattle, dating back to 2021. So hopefully that run can continue, as the Sox obviously need the victories, 29-43 coming into action tonight. And now Will Middlebrooks joins us from T-Mobile Park in Seattle. And Brooksy, the World Cup just continues to follow you guys. What's the vibe been like over there today after the 2-0 victory for the U.S. over Australia?
Yeah, it's been really cool. I mean, this obviously, it's not the Scots, so it's a little different. But it's cool having Team USA here, and we've been in the middle of this thing. You're in Boston with what's going on there and all the energy, and then you come here and it's just full of all the USA fans and all the jerseys and everything walking around the city. And obviously they got a big win today. Will Fleming made his way over to the game. Lucky him. So he got to spend some time and have a lot of fun over there. But I mean, the atmosphere is crazy, and a lot of those people are double dipping. They're coming to this game too.
Wait, how did he score a ticket and you didn't? How did that happen?
He's got connections everywhere, and one of them is Dave O'Brien. So OB had an extra ticket on him, and he took Fleming.
I'm sorry you got the short end of this stick there. I know Tommy Canley was there as well, so it would be funny if those three were all in the same spot. So lucky Will, obviously, he got to go to that. Will you at least get one of two here with this game against the Mariners? And it's nice to see the U.S. team win. Obviously, it's something fun to cheer about. That hasn't been the case for the Red Sox recently. And I think it's interesting that this team now, because of this road trip with Seattle and Colorado, that they're getting as far away from as possible from the city of Boston here with these 2 West Coast trips. How could that maybe help out this group just to get away from the city?
I hate to say that because all the good Red Sox teams are good at Boston. They use that place to their advantage, and they enjoy playing there. And maybe it's youth, maybe it's the fan base being on them, and because of the struggles and all that. And look, you hear the radio, you read online, you see everything about how bad you are right now, and that can add up. And it's been a really tough time. So obviously they've been a lot better team on the road. So hopefully that helps. But I mean, this is a good Seattle team, and fortunately, it works out in their favor. This is a team that's not good against left-handed pitching, and we're rolling 3 of those out there.
Yeah, we'll have more of that with Bradfo's grab and go. He dives into the numbers with Seattle against left-handed pitching. Will, it's been really interesting hearing you on these broadcasts talk about 2014 and the dynamic of that season, coming off the World Series year and then, of course, a down year for the organization. How do you keep things light in a clubhouse during a time like this? And I'm curious, was there anybody on that team that was able to do that for you guys back in that 2014 campaign?
That's a tough comparison just because we had so many super vets, guys who'd been around for a while and guys that ended contracts and they realized okay, we're probably gone. And that's a weird feeling for the left-hander, right? John Lester, of somebody who's supposed to be in a Red Sox uniform his whole career and right off into the sunset. And that's a weird feel. And I was just in my, third year in the big leagues, still relatively young, especially in that clubhouse. And there was a lot of expectations, right? You're coming off a World Series. There's some young guys that are supposed to be the next thing. You know, Xander struggled that year. I was hurt a lot that year. Jackie Bradley made that team because Victorino was hurt out of camp, and he's had his struggles. But this is a weird year, right? There's a lot of young players on this team. There's a couple veterans mixed in, obviously, with IKF and Contreras and obviously Chapman. And you know, the rumors gets around. These guys know what's going on. They're aware of the business side of things. And you really just have to take it day by day and find any way possible to stay a close-knit group and unite over this and try to play some good baseball.
And obviously the offense has to be a big part of that if the Sox are going to start racking up some W's again. And Will, you go back to that Blue Jays series, the mark that stands out is the 1-for-29 mark with runners in scoring position. Why do you think in that series it was such a challenge for them to bring in runs? As we may have lost Will Middlebrooks there from Seattle. Just as we were talking about the runners in scoring position, Mark, again, yeah, right, as you guys remember, the Red Sox went 1-for-29 with runners in scoring position yesterday, in the series against the Blue Jays. Obviously, the Sox got swept. I mentioned the stat before from the Boston Globe's Alex Spear in that regard. It was the worst performance since at least 1974 by the Sox in a single series with at least 25 at-bats with runners in scoring position. But again, this team, we know the offensive part of it, how much of a challenge it has been for them. You know, one guy that has been a lift for them in a surprising way is Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, who's obviously had a chance to play more. He's batting sixth in the lineup, and I bring him up for a couple different reasons. One, he's swinging the bat well. He's got a .312 average with an .833 OPS over his last 25 games played. And he is playing shortstop in this one. Reason being is that Marcelo Meyer is actually not in the starting lineup due to illness. So Marcelo Meyer not in the starting lineup due to illness. And with that, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa gets the start at shortstop. But again, as I mentioned before, last 25 games played, .312 average with an .833 OPS. So something to like there in that regard with what you've been able to get out of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. And he obviously has, in this more recent stretch, provided a little bit of a lift. One guy that they need to step up in this game is Wilyer Abreu. And the reason I say that, obviously he's had a very solid season. You love what he brings defensively in right field. Offensively, he came out of the gate super hot. But against right-handed batters, right-handed pitchers rather, he's hitting just .230 against them this season. He's figured out how to hit lefties, but it's these right-handed pitchers in which he's struggled against, which could be difficult tonight with Bryce Miller on the mound, who has already been so good for the Mariners this season, 3-0 with a 1.54 ERA. And then after that, you'll have Luis Castillo. At least that's what's slated to be the case with him piggybacking off of Bryce Miller's start. So with that, it was great to talk to Will Middlebrooks from Seattle. But coming up next here, we're going to hear Will Fleming's sit-down interview with Red Sox manager Chad Tracy, and that is presented by your New England Ford dealers. Again, it's the Sox versus the M's tonight in Seattle. First pitch coming up at 10:10. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Celebrate 4th of July savings happening now at the Home Depot with select appliances starting at $398. Plus, get free delivery on appliance purchases of $398 or more, no membership required. Get a Whirlpool fridge with easy reach zone to keep tall items organized and accessible. And upgrade to a washer-dryer tower with UV clean technology to reduce bacteria in the wash without fading fabrics. Shop top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 17th to July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
I started Ornata in 2013, and we make bike apparel. The best part of Shopify for me is our ability to run the business as essentially non-technical people. We're able to admin everything on the back end, front end, and sell things online easily. If Shopify were a bike accessory, I think it would actually be the bicycle. It's the thing that you do the thing on. We run the business on Shopify.
Start your free trial on shopify.com.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Build and run apps, agents, and AI on your data. All on one platform. That's Databricks. Trusted by 70% of the Fortune 500. Find out why at Databricks.com.
Ice Cube's Big Three is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big Three MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big Three championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big Three's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, Coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big Three Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
The Recap Show is an inside look into the world of global soccer and women's sports.
Follow and listen to The Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to stream the soccer matches while working from home? Your secret is safe with us. Verizon Mobile customers can switch to Fios Home Internet for just $20 a month, or get Fios and score 3 months of the Fox One perk on us. Then $15 a month to catch every match without blowing your cover. Visit Verizon.com to switch today. For new Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount, enrollment required. 1 offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Take Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios. Boston taking on the Seattle Mariners, who are 39-37, leading the AL West. The Red Sox, of course, in last place at 29-43, and they entered action tonight 6.5 games out of a wild card spot, the third wild card spot coming into the night held by the A's. Before every game, we interview Red Sox manager Chad Tracy, and Chad Tracy on WEEI is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. It's the final days to get employee pricing for all Ford, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball, and that dirty water. And here is Red Sox manager Chad Tracy with our very own Will Fleming.
Beginning of a 3-game series with the manager Chad Tracy in Seattle. You know, Chad, in a lot of ways, we currently are in the center of the American sports universe. It's been so cool being here in Seattle. Fans everywhere. We got U.S. men's national team's jerseys out the wazoo. You know, we've talked about this at some length. How cool is it for you to be the manager of the Red Sox, to be in an American city like this while everything in the World Cup is going on?
I mean, it was in Boston, too. It's like everywhere we've been for the last 10 days has been something centered around the World Cup. So it's cool. You know, they won, which was awesome. There was some guys watching it this morning. It was on in the way. I went to the gym. It was on in the gym. It's on everywhere, you know. And then you leave the hotel and start driving around and see just the people walking everywhere, you know, and only allowed to have 2 buses today because you got to navigate the traffic, get notes. So it's there's a lot of excitement around it, and it's a cool experience.
How does your team turn this thing around?
Simply put, we got to swing the bat. We got to get back to swinging the bat. I mean, I know I say back to swinging the bat. I know it's been a thing all year, but we had a stretch there where we started to go pretty good. And, you know, for us, always for me, is like the key is, can we get to starters? Can we get to starters? Can we get some runs early and put ourselves in position to play from the lead and not be chasing? If we can do that, we're in good shape. We did a good job coming back again. There's no quit in them. There's no fight despite what's going on, or there's no quit in them. So that's great, but it's difficult to chase all the time. So, you know, to try to find a way to get a lead and play from the middle innings to the back end of the game with the lead is important for us.
I've asked you this before, but you've had more time to sort of ruminate on it. First 3 innings of the game, you just are not productive as an offense. How does that change?
Yeah, that's, you know, for a couple days there it looked good. It was like the idea around like getting a longer at bat, and actually has turned out fairly good in some instances. But I think, you know, it's big picture pre-2-strike chase, like, you know, be in the zone prior to 2 strikes. Like, there's chase goes up with 2 strikes across the board, but like, can you be really particular prior to 2 strikes about not giving strikes away? That would help, right? And start there, and if you do that and you do it successfully, usually you put yourself into better counts to hit in, and maybe that's where damage shows up. So that's a focus right now, is that, like, let's not give strikes away prior to, we don't want to give strikes away 2 strikes either, but definitely prior to 2 strikes, like, be a little bit more particular. But you know, and again, I just said it about, like, you know, somebody asked about Narvi. It's like, we as a group, like, we need some success. You know, we need anybody that's played is know, like, somewhere along the line a 5-run inning shows up and everybody kind of takes a breath and we go, but we need that right now. But we just have to keep plugging away.
Hard to overstate how important Isaiah has been for you. He does it the other night. You go back-to-back, you tie the game. Can you talk about Connor Falefa and how delightful he's been to manage?
Man, if you look at the last month plus, whenever it was, about the time we started to play him regularly, and he earned his way and he got so hot quickly, you're like, we got to keep going with this. He's hit like 310 over the last month. Like, that's a pretty productive player that can play all over the diamond, plays really, really solid defensively, has taken on, you know, with guys that have been banged up and hurt, has taken on more of a leadership role in our locker room, and you keep putting him in there and he keeps producing and keeps doing it. So, you know, he's went from when I first got here, he wasn't playing much, and then as guys got banged up, the role changed and he was ready to pounce on it. So he's done a tremendous job.
I know the word setback is a little bit of a hot button in Boston, but Romy is going to be kind of slowed down a little bit. What's the latest with Gonzalez, and what can you tell us about what's next for him?
Yeah, as of right now, all I know is that he was removed as just precaution with some left hip tightness in the game. So we'll, you know, obviously they're still playing. We'll get more word later today and see what we're dealing with there, and it'll be easier to answer that. Hopefully it's just a precaution. He needs a day, and, you know, like we said before we got on, remember he's going through like his spring training, and during spring training these things don't get a lot of play, and sometimes it's just that and it needs a day. But we have to find out from the medical people like what exactly is going on, and hopefully it's not a big thing.
Rangers on the mound, and the Mariners kind of come with a pretty left-handed heavy lineup. What's the matchup look like for you?
Well, I mean, they got 7 lefties, so it's not, in some cases, there's not much they can do. We have a lot of left-handed pitching, so, I guess that bodes well for us. But I always say with our guys, I've said this to you before, whether it's right or left, I like all of them, and I think our starters have done a fantastic job this year. When you continue to look up, despite what we've struggled to put runs on, is we always look up in the 6th and we're right in the game. We're always right in the game, even if it's a little shorter start, you're in the game. I don't feel any different about this week. I feel like our guys are going to give us a shot, and hopefully we can swing it.
How about the Mariners overall? I mean, they are star-laden. They are one of the best teams in the American League. When you watch the video and you get the book on them, what stands out?
Yeah, I mean, a little banged up, with Randy out. There's some guys that have been beat up here lately. Cal just got back, so, you're aware of Julio. You're aware of Cal, and maybe not as good of a season here, but what he's capable of doing. So there's guys in there that have the ability to change the game. So you have to be aware of those guys as usual. It's not a ton of run, but there are some guys that'll sneak bags on you. They'll drop down a sack bunt or a bunt every once in a while, but they seem constructed similar. They can pitch. They have 5. Well, actually, in their case, 6 guys, because they're going to do a piggyback. They have 6 pretty good right-handed starters that they can throw at you. So you got to be ready to get in the box and be competitive with them and try to scratch runs on when you can.
Kind of a cool road trip for you, because it's Seattle and it's Colorado. And obviously, there's a big history with the Tracy family in Denver, Colorado. When you launch a trip like this, what's going through your mind as the manager of the Red Sox?
Well, I've never been here, so this is cool. It's a beautiful stadium. Colorado, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's my dad spent 4 years there. Outside of his time in LA, that was his longest tenured spot. And I said the other day, where I was at, I was still kind of off seasoning with them, but I saw playoff games in that stadium. I saw an amazing season in 2009 and the time he enjoyed there, and the beautiful ballpark. So yeah, it's a long part of his history that I was a part of with our family. So it'd be cool to go back there.
You talk to your dad all the time. I know it's not 7 days a week. Is there something that in the last 6 weeks that has stood out to you that he's told you about, staying the course as a major league manager?
He just said just that. Talked to him today for an hour. We chatted. We don't get to catch up that much. And he said, your job is to go in there, and you got bells on, and you're positive, and you're ready to support your club. And you show up the same guy every single day. And he's like, and you go manage your ball game and do whatever you can to put them in position to win the game, and that's what you do. And then you have their back. That's all we've talked about. And so anybody that's been around this game has managed for long enough, whether it's his situation or me in the minor leagues, have all managed stretches where things are not going well. The only thing that can make that worse is if your players feel like, it's not going well, so now he's mad at everybody, and that's not the case. I love, blessed to put on this shirt every day, this uniform, and you go out there and put your best foot forward for your guys and root for them, man. That's what you got to do.
How hard is it for you, though, to put your best foot forward and know that you're not in the batter's box? You don't control the outcomes of what happens in these games, because you're doing everything you can to, prove yourself as a major league manager, and yet you are not hitting, you're not throwing the pitches in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. How do you balance that emotion?
Honest answer to that is, and I mean this sincerely, it's not about me. Whether whatever happens with me, it doesn't matter. It's not about me. It's about them. And that's how I balance it. You get those thoughts out of your head as this is my first shot at it, but it's not about you. It's about the players, and it's about getting them right. And it's about seeing them have success. The rest of the stuff, as far as your own person, that'll take care of itself. It literally is not about me, and I don't think about that at all. I sit over there and I watch the game and I root for those kids, and it's about them, and we got to help them.
We appreciate your time. Thanks so much, Chad.
Thanks, Will.
All right, that is Chad Tracy with our very own Will Fleming, and the Sox now under Chad Tracy are 19-26, so 7 games under 500. That was the same mark in which Alex Cora left the Red Sox, obviously, after he was let go. Cora 10-17 before Chad Tracy took over. So the Red Sox trying to figure things out offensively, find a winning formula, and try to win the first of 3 here against the Seattle Mariners at T-Mobile Park. First pitch coming up in about 25 minutes in Seattle. But you can watch Red Sox pregame show here on Twitch. Just follow WEEI, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Subaru summer is finally here. Details at Subaru of New England. PM Coming up next, we have Bradfo's Grab and Go. We'll get you today's starting lineups, the lock of the game, and a very active Subaru of New England scoreboard update as well. I'm Joe Wild. This is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's viore.com/arch and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Your current fixation? The lawn. And you are the groundskeeper. Getting it lush and thriving meant one thing. A trip to True Value. True Value. Your project, your way. Save $16 on select Green Thumb all-weather garden hoses.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big 3 MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big 3 championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big 3's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big 3 Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday, 8 p.m. on BET.
This is Service Pro Sports, and these are Jobber's blue-collar plays of the week. First up, a lawn care pro sends real-time job updates. 1 tap, 0 callbacks. Then, a handyman fires off quotes faster than the competition can blink. Folks, that's how you earn 5 stars. Start a free trial at jobber.com.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Boston sports opinion more often. Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
And this is the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. We are about 20 minutes out from first pitch. Red Sox versus Mariners. Joe Weil with you inside the WEEI Red Sox studios. And it is Ranger Suarez on the mound for the Red Sox. Obviously a left-handed pitcher, which could be advantageous for the Red Sox. Bradfo dives deeper into that because time now is the Grab and Go presented by the Bees Knees Benefits app. And here is Rob Bradford with an update on today's most important Red Sox news.
It's time for the Grab and Go. A quick look at the biggest Red Sox storylines of the day. Here's Rob Bradford.
All right, we are grabbing and going. Red Sox taking on the Mariners in Seattle. Red Sox just one of 7 teams, 5 games or more out of a wild card spot, sitting 6.5 back. It's not going to be any easier. Red Sox taking on the first place Mariners. Going up against some good pitching. Bryce Miller in the opener, 1.54 ERA. Emerson Hancock, 3.28 ERA on Saturday. And then in the series finale, Logan Gilbert, 3.43 ERA. The Mariners will face left-handed starters in all 3 games this series. They have the worst OPS in the majors against lefties this season, and second worst batting average, only slightly better than the Tigers. Cal Raleigh, hitting just 152 with just 1 extra base versus lefties this year. Also, Rob Refsnyder, old friend Rob Refsnyder, he hasn't been part of the solution, hitting 151 against lefties with 25 strikeouts. Refsnyder had a 924 OPS versus lefties from 2022 through 2025 with the Red Sox. All right, everybody, that's what's grabbing and going.
All right, and so with that, we'll transition to the lock of the game presented by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit interlockroofing.com and never re-roof again. I'm going with Ranger Suarez with 6+ strikeouts tonight because of the numbers that Bradfo just rattled off. That's at minus 152 on FanDuel Sportsbook. I'm predicting a good outing for Ranger Suarez, and again, with 6 or more strikeouts, that is the lock of the game. All right, let's get you today's starting lineups, which are brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. So let's meet tonight's players. We actually do have a change in the starting lineup. We'll get to it here as we roll down. But first, it's Mickey Gasper leading things off as the DH. Cedar Rafaela, he's in center field. Wilyer Abreu, he is in right. Wilson Contreras said first, and then Jarren Duran is at left. All right, here's where things get different. Originally, it was Isaiah Kiner-Falefa batting 6th and playing shortstop. But now it's Caleb Durbin. He just got bumped up from the 7th spot to the 6th spot. He's at third base. And Marcelo Meyer is actually in the starting lineup. He was scratched originally due to illness, but the Red Sox have decided that he can play. And so with that, he is in the starting lineup, batting 7th. And again, it's nice to see Marcelo Meyer in there to get the opportunity, but we thought that wasn't going to be the case because we were originally told that he was out due to illness. But he is in there, batting 7th. Carlos Narvaez bats 8th as the catcher, and then Andrew Monasterio rounds out the 9 as the second baseman, and IKF not in the starting lineup because of left forearm inflammation too. So that's part of the change there with Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, the reason why he is not in the lineup, and Marcelo Meyer ultimately gets put in there. All right, let's get you the 9 now for the Mariners. Old friend Rob Refsnyder leads things off as the DH. Cal Raleigh, the catcher. Julio Rodriguez in center field. Josh Naylor at first base. Dominic Canzone in right. Cole Young at second. Victor Robles in left. Colt Emerson, the shortstop, and then Weston Wilson, he rounds out the 9 as the third baseman, making his season debut, and it is Bryce Miller on the bump for the Seattle Mariners. I've mentioned his numbers a couple times, but in case you missed it, 3-0 with a 1.54 ERA. All right, let's get you a Subaru of New England scoreboard update. Subaru summer is finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. We start with the finals. The Yankees just went final against the Reds, and another victory for New York without Aaron Judge. It's a 5-0 win for the Bronx Bombers. Cam Schlittler set a career high with 13 strikeouts across 6 shutout innings. The Rays beat the Nationals, so they keep pace with the Yankees, still 3 games back. 5-2 victory for Tampa Bay over Washington. The Cubs demolished the Blue Jays by a score of 16-2 in Chicago as the Cubs put up 7 in the first inning. The Tigers pick up a 4-3 victory over the White Sox in Detroit. Tarek Skubal made his second start since coming off the IL, and he allowed 3 runs in 5 2/3 innings of work. And the Braves end up beating the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 3-2 in Atlanta. That's noteworthy because the losing pitcher was Jacob Mizorowski, who obviously had been so dominant over his last 8 starts, an 0.17 ERA across those 8 outings, so 1 run allowed in 54 1/3 innings pitched. Tonight, he ended up allowing 2 runs in 6 innings of work, so it's still a pretty good start. It's the first time he's allowed multiple runs in a start since April 25th. So that was a 9-start stretch, but the Braves get to him, hand him the loss, and beat the Brewers by 1 run. Let's pause now 10 seconds for station identification along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
WEEI Studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
All right, you have been listening to the Mass Mutual pregame show. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. Big thank you to Joe Braverman. I'm Joe Weil. Hang tight. Red Sox versus Mariners in Seattle coming up next with Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks on the call along the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
You've been listening to the Mass Mutual Red Sox pregame show. Mass Mutual. Talk to Mass Mutual today. Feel comfortable about tomorrow. The Red Sox are coming up next on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
4th of July savings are happening now at the Home Depot with select appliances starting at $398. Plus, get free delivery on appliance purchases of $398 or more, no membership required. Upgrade your kitchen with a modern and sleek GE Profile refrigerator featuring hands-free autofill for the perfect pour every time. And make laundry day easier with 2-in-1 washer-dryer combo innovation that completes laundry in about 90 minutes. Shop top brand appliances now at the Home Depot. Offer valid June 17th to July 8th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
We purchased a lawn care company. We went from 5 clients to 80 clients overnight.
Whatever's next for your business, Jobber is built to grow with you. Trusted by the best in blue collar.
I'm Anna Garcia, host of True Crime News, the podcast. Every week, we bring you in-depth coverage on cases making headlines, as well as those that go under the radar. Tune in for murders that defy explanation, mysteries seeking exploration, and shocking secrets that will leave you breathless. Each week, we honor the victims by going beyond the salacious in our search for justice. Crime never stops, and neither do we. Listen to True Crime News, available now on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Post people do not wait for the perfect moment to grow. They keep showing up for their work, their families, and the goals they still want to reach. Graduate school is a big decision, and it should fit the life you already lead. At Post University, graduate programs are designed for busy schedules, with flexibility and guidance along the way. Because Post makes it personal for every next chapter. Become a Post person. Learn more at post.edu.
As an electrical contractor, you're the expert on the job site. But to do what you do best, your team needs the right material at the right time. At Northeast Electrical, we stock electrical products from top manufacturers and have a large network to deliver your order fast. Getting the big bid is power. Access to 1 million products from one distributor is electric. Visit needco.com today. That's NEEDCO.com. Northeast Electrical. Our knowledge is electric.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big 3 MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big 3 championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big 3's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big 3 Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
Hi, I'm PJ Vogt, and I want to tell you about my podcast, Search Engine. We try to make sense of the world, one question at a time. No question too big, no question too small. We will even answer your questions if you send them in. Stuff like, what happens when a cemetery goes out of business? What should we do about teens using AI to do their homework? Who buys luggage at the airport luggage store? Follow and listen to Search Engine in partnership with Odyssey, wherever you get your podcasts.
Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. This is Red Sox baseball.
Can you believe it?
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
It is gone! Set
Red Sox on WEEI are brought to you by Shaw's and Star Market, the official supermarket of the Red Sox radio network. Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. Subaru of New England. Don't miss the Subaru of New England A Lot to Love event.
23-year-old Clay Buchholz has no-hit the Baltimore Orioles.
Nissan. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com. Arbella. Here for good. By Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today. Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. Ford Trucks. Official truck of the Boston Red Sox. Sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. 110 Grill. Visit any of their 33 locations all throughout New England. McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services.
Way back by the wall. Off the wall. The Red Sox win.
Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers, Boston's go-to injury attorney for over 30 years. TimberTech Decking and Railing. Everything wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Dig Safe. Click digsafe.com or call 811 before you dig.
Way back. Grand slam.
Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit newenglandmetalroofing.com and never re-roof again. North Shore Adult Diapers. For even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. Veterinary Emergency Group. Sponsored by Veg. ER for Pets. The official emergency veterinarian group of Red Sox Radio. Now, with all the play-by-play action, here's Will Fleming and Will Middlebrooks.
Good evening and welcome to the sporting capital of the United States of America, where today the Red Sox will play the first of a three-game series against the Seattle Mariners, and earlier today, the United States men's national team doubled up Team Australia with a 2-0 win. It is electric in this city, one of the great sporting towns in all of the world. It is glorious. It is bluebird skies, sun overhead here in Seattle, and the Red Sox trying to find any way to turn this season around and trying to find a way against Bryce Miller with Ranger Suarez on the mound. Along with Will Middlebrooks, I'm Will Fleming, and Will, it's impossible to not get caught up in the fever of this city, of this place, where today inescapable energy, where people are marching up and down streets. There's red, white, and blue everywhere. And in a year that has gotten away from the Red Sox, it was intoxicating to feel the energy of a country and a city that is so engaged in the World Cup, and hopefully the Red Sox can feed off that a little bit here tonight.
Well, it's cool to go. You had it in Boston the last week, right, with the Scots there, and then the energy being through the roof, not only at Fenway, but if you walk the streets in Boston, it was everywhere. You could feel it. And then you come here, and it's your own country, right? You got the USA jerseys walking the streets. They win a big one today. The vibes are high. There's a lot of people that are double dipping today, doing soccer earlier in the afternoon and now coming to the ballpark for this one. There's a lot of people here, and you said it, the energy's through the roof.
I don't know who those people you're talking about. However, it has been a glorious sporting day here in the city of Seattle, Washington. You talk about it, the Tartan Army was in Boston, and now the Red Sox come here, Will. It is absolute dire straits for these Red Sox. They get swept at home by the Toronto Blue Jays. There is no sugarcoating what's going on with this ball club. How in the world can they turn it around?
I think we're out of ideas at this point. You know, we've talked about it a lot of what they're lacking: star power, slug, certain guys stepping up and being who we think they can be, who they've been in the past. And they're going to face some good arms here, right? Miller has been phenomenal. Hancock tomorrow, he's got a good arm. And then obviously Logan Gilbert, one of their better arms in their rotation. This team can pitch. And you're going to see Luis Castillo piggyback in Miller today coming out of the pen. He's throwing the ball well also. So they have their work cut out for them. The one thing going in their favor is this Mariners team has not hit left-handed pitching well, and we have 3 of those going.
There is so much pride in this city today. around the United States and around the national anthem, and it was reverberating through this ballpark. And so, with delight, we say tonight's national anthem brought to you by Ace Ticket. Best deals on Red Sox and all your favorites in sports and entertainment. Visit aceticket.com or call 1-800-MY-SEATS in a city that is literally the hub of the American sports universe. Here's tonight's Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Red Sox and the Seattle Mariners, an absolutely glorious Pacific Northwest night. Chad Tracy brings the lineup card out as the Red Sox will say Bryce Miller on the mound, trying to snap a little losing streak and find their way back into the playoff picture in the American League. Sox come in 29-43. Seattle 39 up, 37 down. You talked about the pitching staff these Mariners have, Will. That kind of been the way they've built this club. They are pitching heavy. They're without Randy Arozarena, but Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, both of them have kind of had up and down seasons. What's the challenge tonight for Ranger Suarez?
Well, for Ranger, if you look at his splits, they're odd. Lefties hit 290 off them. Righties hit 214. Obviously, the two-seamer, the cutters, the good changeup, obviously that plays into why righties don't hit him as well. But there's going to be some lefties in there. There's 4 lefties in the lineup. I mean, that's Seattle's roster right now. They have some guys hurt. Arozarena, we've mentioned. And so they have to run some lefties out there who haven't had much success against left-handed pitching. So it's going to be that cat and mouse back and forth. But for Ranger Suarez, he's got to get strike one. He has to force these guys to prove to him that they can hit left-handed pitching because they haven't done it this year. So he's got to be in the zone early.
Injury report brought to you by CVS. CVS knows that where you get your medicine matters. That's why CVS is by your side right when you need them most. Welcome to CVS, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. And then not a lot to report other than the fact that Romy Gonzalez had a little bit of a setback in his hip, Will. And, you know, as much as the Red Sox could just benefit so much from Romy coming back into the lineup, his career has been mired by injury. It's a foot forward and 2 steps back, and you just feel frustrated for Romy and for the prognosis of this lineup that maybe it might be longer than you thought.
Yeah, you're just looking for some slug, right? Especially from your middle infield or infielders outside of Contreras. So you're hoping to get him back because he showed you some good things last year. It wasn't just against left-handed pitching. He got some opportunity to play every day and show he could hit right-handed pitching as well. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark. He can hit it in the gaps and hopefully give you something you've been lacking so far this year.
Bryce Miller hops across the first base line, and here come the Seattle Mariners. We got the home white unis on, the Red Sox in the road grays. Mafre Fielding brought to you by Mafre Insurance. Peace of mind, that's the Mafre Fielding. Visit mafreinsurance.com. Well, you have been dialed in over and over again. Seems like you nail this most nights. Who you got tonight?
I like Williard tonight. I know he struggled against right-handed pitching, but here over his last few games, the swing is starting to shorten up a little bit more. He's not coming out of his shoes quite as much. He's going to get challenged with fastballs and splits from Millers today. and I feel like he's going to hit one out of here.
All right, here's Bryce Miller, who is into the warm-up routine. He is 3-0 with a 1.54 ERA. How about tonight's starting lineups?
The lineup's brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. For the Boston Red Sox, leading off, as we've seen a lot over the last couple of weeks, Mickey Gasper, he'll be the DH, followed by Cedon Rafaela, who'll be in center. Julio Abreu about third and be in right. And in the cleanup spot, it'll be Wilson Contreras at first base. Batting fifth will be Jarren Duran in left field. Batting sixth, Caleb Durbin at third base. Marcelo Meyer will bat seventh and play shortstop. He's a late addition with IKF being pulled from that with a late scratch, tight forearm. Carlos Narvaez will bat eighth and do the catching, and Andrew Monasterio will bat ninth and play second base. For the Seattle Mariners, old friend, old buddy, Rob Refsnyder. Spent 4 seasons in Boston, lefty killer, but not this year. Struggled in a big way, 151 with 25 strikeouts against lefties. He'll be the DH and lead off. Batting second, Cal Raleigh. He'll do the catching. Batting third, Julio Rodriguez. He'll be in center field. In the cleanup spot, Josh Naylor. He'll play first. Dominic Canzone will play right field and bat fifth. Cole Young will bat sixth and play second base. Batting seventh will be Victor Robles. He'll be in left field. Colt Emerson, 20-year-old prospect, kind of come on the scene, trying to become a big leaguer. We'll see. He'll bat eighth and play shortstop. Batting ninth, Weston Wilson. He'll play third base. Sure, Morgan & Morgan started lineups.
This is Mickey Gasper against Bryce Miller. The Red Sox and the Mariners on an absolutely glorious Seattle night. Miller, a big, tall right-hander. Gasper comes in 269 with 6 driven in. The leadoff man again, an open stance in the road gray unis. Miller throws, and Mickey takes a fastball a little bit low for ball one. We're underway, 7:12 p.m., and it is 78 glorious degrees in Seattle. It is hard to overstate how great this city can be on nights like tonight. 1-0 to Mickey, the pitch. He is a little bit low. I mean, the fever of the World Cup has overtaken this country, and today, especially this city, people marching up and down to the home of the Seattle Seahawks, where the United States men team beat Australia 2-0 today. 2-0 to Gasper is popped up behind third base into shallow left field, and on the run to make the play in foul territory is Victor Robles. 2-0 to pop out that way. Not what Mickey was looking for. One down.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad swing. I think he was just a little late, which you can't be in a 2-0 count, right? You get yourself into that spot. You're looking for one pitch. You get that fastball middle away, thigh high. That's the one you're looking to drive, and Mickey just a touch late as he popped that one up to shallow left.
Here's Cedon Rafaela. Red Sox and the Mariners. Abreu out on deck. Right on right. Wilson into the wide. He throws. And a fastball misses inside. He's not thrown a first pitch strike to the first 2 Red Sox hitters. Bryce Wilson this season has been sharp, as so many Mariners starters often are. The 1-0 to Cedon comes home, and he swings and misses at a big fastball. And it's 1-1. He's 3-0 with a 1.54 ERA. As you said, hobbled a little bit to start the season, but 35 innings for Wilson, 20 hits, and 36 strikeouts. 1-1 to Cedon. Pitch is swung on and missed. One of the great things about Cedon this year is that early in counts he does take his shots, and then with 2 strikes, he'll shorten up.
Yeah, this is a guy in Miller, it's hard to get big against because his fastball is explosive. Good extension, upper 90s. He's got a good split that plays off that, couple different breaking balls.
1-2 to Cedon. One down, bases empty in this top of the first inning. Feels like pitchers fall off of trees here in Seattle. 1-2. Miller throws, Cedon dribbles one high and deep into right center field. Julio Rodriguez, though, back onto the warning track, is there to make the play. Not a good place to hit here, Seattle, even on a warm summery night, and they're 2 away.
Well, he hit that ball really well. Got a 4-seamer down in the zone, middle of the plate. He just missed it. It was 95 off the bat. That tells you it missed the sweet spot just enough. It was about 15 feet short of the wall.
And yet, don't you think that's another quality approach from Cedon?
Sure was.
All right, 2 down, bases empty. Here's Wilyer Abreu. Left-handed slugger. Will's picked click tonight. Miller throws. Willier takes a fastball a little bit outside. Time and tap brought to you by Plymouth Rock. Home and auto insurance made for Boston sports fans. PlymouthRock.com/Red Sox. 1-0 to Willier. 274, 8 homers, and 34 driven in the pitch. His driven high into center field off the end of the bat. Julio Rodriguez is camping out underneath it. He's there to make the play, and the inning is over. Red Sox have a lot of problems this year. The first inning is very near the top of that list. No score. Ranger Suarez to the mound. After this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees. We provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them? That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Listening to the Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network. Now back to the play-by-play action.
Our old buddy Rob Refsnyder leads it off. Right-handed hitter. Did he just wave to you?
Rob?
Yeah.
Probably not. I'm waving at my buddy in the stands over there. Actually, Maddie's my oldest, her softball coach. He came to the soccer game today.
Ranger Suarez throws a fastball that's on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
So obviously I got him tickets to this game too.
That's easier than it was to get into Lumen Field today.
A lot cheaper too.
Yeah. I owe Dave O'Brien forever for getting me into that ballpark, that stadium today. What an incredible environment. The 1-1 from Ranger misses outside. You know, Ranger, great start to this season, dynamic career, and he has not been that sharp lately. And Refsnyder is ahead of him 2-1. Here's a ground ball to short, handled by Marcelo. Little crow hop, throw to first in time, and there's one away.
So, yeah, it's odd because Refsnyder, 2022 through 2025 with the Red Sox, he had a 924 OPS against lefties. He crushed lefties. This year in Seattle, 151 batting average. He struck out 35% of the time, just not getting hits against lefties, which is odd with him.
I wonder whether the ballpark is a part of that. I mean, this is not a great place to hit. One down, base is empty. Here's Cal Raleigh, who started to heat up a little bit after a horrendous start to his season, batting right against Suarez, and that misses outside, ball 1.
Well, you want him on this side of the plate. Another guy for Seattle struggling against lefties, 152 with just one extra base hit.
1-0 is Rip Fowl on the third base side. He gave Aaron Judge a run for his money as the American League MVP a year ago.
Yeah, he did. Tons of homers. And last year he slugged .681 with 22 homers against lefties. So odd how they struggle against them this year.
1-1. He swings and misses at a fastball. Red Sox defensive alignment brought to you by James Hardy. Hardy Siding is America's #1 brand of siding. Contreras at first. Monasterio at second with Myra, as you know, at short. And Durbin at third. Yankees beat the Cincinnati Reds earlier today 5-0 as Cal Raleigh takes a breaking ball low, and it's 2-2. Abreu in right, Cedon in center, and Jarren Duran in left. On a nice Seattle night, there are not many better places on earth as Cal Raleigh swings and misses over a changeup, and they're 2 away on Ranger Suarez's first strikeout.
The Arbella Insurance Foundation dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. For every strikeout from a Red Sox pitcher during the 2026 season, the Arbella Insurance Foundation will donate $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good.
There's Julio Rodriguez. Comes in 249 with 13 home runs, a strike on the outside corner. It's amazing, when the schedule came out 4 or 5 months ago, and you knew that the World Cup was coming to Seattle, the good fortune that you have to have the U.S. team here today as Julio waits for an 0-1, and that is a little bit outside, 1-1. And it lived up to every expectation. Today was spectacular in Seattle. 1-1, a little bit low. And with all the things that are going on in our world right now, Will, I can just tell you, walking the streets here, seeing people in red, white, and blue chanting USA, the pride that you feel, the national unity as Julio swings and misses. It's 2-2. It felt just glorious to be in one of the great American cities celebrating this wonderful country.
It's the beauty of sports, right? It brings people together. And for a couple hours, that's all you think about, all you care about.
2 down, bottom 1, no score, Sox and Mariners. Ranger Suarez throws, and Julio takes strike 3 called on the outside corner. Ring him up. I believe that we will win. The United States did it today. See what the Red Sox can do. We go to the second inning scoreless on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Your next unforgettable experience can happen anytime. Take an Amex card with you for rewards wherever you go. Morning coffee run with an old friend? Earn cash back. Weekend getaway? Earn miles. Amex rewards your inner explorer. Learn more at americanexpress.com. Terms apply.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big 3 MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big 3 championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big 3's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, Coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big 3 Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
And show weekday afternoons starting at 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Wilson Contreras leads it off as we go to the top of the second. Scoreless, Red Sox and Mariners. Ice Miller, big, tall right-hander. Into his wind, the pitch to Wilson is a strike. Fastball in the inside corner. And it's 0-1. This is Contreras' first look at this right-handed star, Bryce Miller. Feels like the Mariners have done a better job of developing young pitchers than almost any team in baseball. 0-1. Pitch is popped up foul on the first base side. Out of play, 0-2. Between Brian Wu, Bryce Miller, Logan Gilbert, George Kirby. That is their MO here.
Just about their entire rotation.
Homegrown. 0-2. Miller throws. Wilson swings and misses. He strikes out. And there's one down in this top of the second. One of the great things, one of the only great things about the COVID year was that we had all these artists coming through Fenway Park, and you'd get there to do a ball game while the Red Sox were on the road, and you could hear the sound checks for all these bands.
Yeah.
I heard Billy Joel do a sound check. It was basically me, Doug Lane, and Billy Joel in the ballpark as Jaron Duran digs in the pitch. He is swung on and missed. That is strike one. But Zach Brown had about the most fun, impressive sound check I've ever heard. And, he just sat there and said, "Homegrown is going to be our first song," and it was glorious. 0-1 to Duran. No score. Top two pitch. He's down at it, but these Mariners, they home grow a lot of great starting pitchers. Duran comes in 210, 12 homers, 37 driven in. Miller, the right-hander, into the line of pitch. Jaron swings and misses at a fastball, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that pitch has kind of been his kryptonite when he's not going well. That fastball up above the zone, and that's the pitch of choice. If you have it, you throw it. It's that four-seamer, that rise at the top. Looks like a strike, and then it's 6 to 8 inches above the zone. Jaron just cannot lay off that lately.
Second inning brought to you by Mvutra. Ask your doctor about Mvutra and visit mvutra.com. 1-2. One down, base is empty. Pitch is popped up. Outside of third, into the seats. Little hesitation there from Miller.
Yeah, and that's Jaron's looking out laughing at him because you can do that when guys have leg kicks like Jaron does. Is Miller goes up and he just held it there, paused on him. Jaron did a double leg kick.
I thought we would see more of that from Nate Eovaldi the other day.
Yeah.
1-2 to Jaron. Pitch way outside. It has to get in a hitter's head when you know that the pitcher can alter his sequence.
Because right then he was not thinking about, all right, what pitch am I getting here? What do I have to hit?
Timing.
He's thinking about his timing, and he knew it, and he was almost quicker that time and tried to get a little extra on the fastball to blow it past him.
2-2 with one down, and the base is empty. The pitch is a broken bat foul on the first base side. I mean, a total shard off the handle of Duran's bat on the first base side. It remains 2-2.
Yeah, so that was a splitter right there. He was way out front, and these bats, they have cups cut into the end of them just to balance the weight of the bat, get it the exact weight they want it. And if you hit one into that cup off the end, it just rips the side of the barrel off the bat.
It literally is just hollowed out off the exact end of the bat. It's not a one piece, and Duran needs a new gray weapon.
I like the gray bats. I used those on my last couple years.
Did you?
Victus makes them, and I'd love to like light, medium gray bats.
2 balls, 2 strikes, one down. Base is empty. Scoreless game. Miller into the line, he throws, and Jaron tries to check his swing and does not. Breaking ball down and in, and they're 2 away.
Yeah, so I told you the fastball up's been a big problem, and he knows that. Well, that breaking ball comes out of the hand just in the same spot, so he gears up trying to get to it, and it's a nasty 12-6 breaker just in the dirt, no chance to lay off.
I bring up Caleb Durbin, 7th batter, is on deck. Brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car work accident, you got to get Glassman. All 7s after 6-1-7. Here's Durbin, who tied the game yesterday at Fenway. Here he drives one high into left field. Way back on it goes Robles. At the track, at the wall, he leaps. He cannot get it. It is gone. Caleb Durbin says adios in Seattle, and the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
Well, that was the 4-seamer up that Miller lives by. Just above the zone, Durbin went up there hunting that pitch. Hit it straight up in the air. That's a moon ball. Got out of here by a foot, but that's all you need.
Well, he is on an incredible heater, Caleb Durbin.
Well, a lot of people gave up on this kid, right? There's a lot of things under the hood you look at and you like, and he's making adjustments. We forget this is just his second year in the big leagues.
Here's Marcelo Meyer. That's 4 homers the last 7 games for Durbin. Pitch is to the backstop. Misses in. He is really coming into his own.
That was a beautiful swing. I'm watching the replay right now. That's his spot. Like, he loves that pitch. Top of the zone, middle in, something he can lift and drive to left.
So 1-0 Red Sox. 2 down in the second. The pitch to Marcelo is a strike on the inside corner. What did that feel like to be as locked in, which we got to be honest about it. Caleb Durbin right now is about as locked in as any Red Sox hitter.
It's a good feeling. I mean, it's like you're
seeing a beach ball.
You are, and you're on time. You feel like you're guessing right at times.
1-1 is fouled on the third base side.
Not that he's guessing, but it's almost like you get in sync with the pitchers, the guys you're facing, regardless of how nasty they are. When you're feeling it like that and you're on time with everything, you feel like every pitch you're looking for, you get it and you don't miss.
5 home runs for Durbin overall, and as we said, 4 in his last 7 games. Here's a liner foul on the third base side. Out of play, and it stays 1-2. The Red Sox are so much better when they score first.
In a big way.
I think they also, they have been as bad as anyone in the history of the game when they trail by 2 or 3 runs. But they lead by 1 here as Marcelo chops one foul on the first base side. When the opponent scores first, Red Sox 9-32. When they score first, 20-11. They do so tonight. It was nice to see Team USA score first. And then they doubled it up. 1-2. To Marcelo, the pitch. Low. It was an unbelievably electric atmosphere across the street. At the home of the Seattle Seahawks, Team USA and Australia. The Americans have advanced out of the group phase. They won their first 2 games, the 2-2. Fouled off on the third base side. And as we alluded to a little bit ago, there's a certain level of pride that you feel when you walk down the streets with countrymen singing and chanting in jerseys, red, white, and blue. This was as captivating a sports environment you could ever have. 2-2 to Marcelo. The pitch is fouled off on the third base side. From the jump, you walk in. We were there 90 minutes before the kickoff. And it was just a collective joy in a way that you really don't often experience. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Marcelo, the pitch is down at it. I think this country is starving for good feelings. They're also starved for the soccer team to kind of take the next step, which has not happened in the last 3 decades.
Look like the real deal right now.
Oh, they were fabulous. 3-2 to Marcelo. Run in on a Durbin homer. The pitch is right there. Strike on the outside corner. Hitting over. However, the Red Sox get Miller with a solo shot. 1-0. Bottom 2 next to the Shaws and Star Market. WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to grow the way you want. Like, all the way. Stack more sales with the best converting checkout on the planet. Track your cha-chings from every channel, right in one spot. And turn real-time reporting into big-time opportunities. Take your business to a whole new level. Switch to Shopify. Start your free trial today.
On the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Now through Father's Day, treat Dad to surf and turf specials from Shaw's and Star Market. Save on beef T-bone, porterhouse, or New York strip steak. Plus, swordfish or lobsters when you use the digital coupon.
Surf and turf for Father's Day. That sounds good. Here's Josh Naylor. Left-handed hitter takes strike one from Ranger Suarez on the corner. 0-1.
Well, we'll be flying to Denver. Hopefully they have good, maybe there's some good bacon here in the morning on Sunday.
0-1. Pitch is down and in. Rocky Mountain Oysters beckoning you. Pitch misses down and in.
Not for me.
We had great shrimp on the plane out here. It was such a long flight. And yet the Red Sox here in Seattle as Naylor takes a pitch that misses outside. It's 2-1. Ranger Suarez, of course, longtime Philadelphia Philly. He has only faced the Mariners 2 times. He's got a win at a 1.42 ERA as Naylor swings and misses. Had a curveball, and it's 2-2.
Naylor's actually one of the guys in this lineup who hits lefties well, and he's a left-handed batter. He hits 280 against lefties.
2-2, the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Ranger has found something a little bit. That is 3 consecutive strikeouts, and there's 1 down in this second inning.
Well, when we talk about Ranger Suarez, it's not overpowering stuff. We talk about how he's an artist, and he paints both sides of the plate. He uses different speeds and pitch locations, and right now he is just hitting the glove of Carlos Narvaez.
I love that Narvaez is catching him today. Dom Canzone, left-handed hitter. I mean, that's another perfect breaking pitch. Outside corner, 0-1. 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom 2. Pitch is chopped toward first and foul. Contreras gave it a look. But outside the chalk, his first pitch. Rangers, brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car work accident, you got to get Glassman all 7s after 6-1-7. 0-2. Pitch is just low. I cannot tell you what an incredible day this has been in Seattle.
I just wish you'd rub it in a little more because I already wish I was there.
1-2. And I don't even mean being in the stadium, which was a big part of it, as time is called by Dom Canzone.
But honestly, that's got to be one of your peak sporting events you've ever been to, right?
In this country, in this city, with all the energy, after winning the first, to just go in the way that they did. 1-2, the pitch is just a little low. And you touched on this, Will. What's amazing about it is I can't remember a time where it feels so different. The skill level that this men's national team has right now is the 2-2 is a little bit low and outside from Suarez, is unlike anything I've ever seen. I went to the World Cup in 2006 in Germany. I followed them all the way through the group phase. This is different. They make plays. They have a spirit about them that's so different. Speaking of spirit, Canzone swings and misses at a curveball. Rangers, Suarez has fanned 4 in a row, and they're 2 down.
Yeah, he's dealing right now. And it's all his pitches. You're seeing the 2-seamer, the 4-seamer, the cutter, the changeup. That's a big breaking ball. 2 pitches in a row. He tried to get him to fish a couple times in that at bat. He didn't go after it. That one he did. 2
down, bases empty. Sox on a Durbin home run, lead 1-0. Here is a strike on the outside corner. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer. You've already said that, but
do it again.
You know, we love our friends at Arbella. 0-1 is a curveball that misses inside. There's just something about high-level skill for the American national team in soccer that we just have not seen before. And every moment they feel like they're just having fun and trying to make beautiful plays. The 1-1 is a ground ball on the right side. Speaking of beautiful, Ranger is that. Monasterio throws to first. Inning over, 1-0 after 2. And yes, thanks to Arbella and the Shards and Star Market WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Home service pros like you show up, get jobs done, and put in the long days. But this is the year you get more. More money, more recognition, and more balance. This is the year of the blue-collar champion. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
Ice Cube's Big Three is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. Three-time Big Three MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle two-time Big Three championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big Three's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his third straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, Coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big Three Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
There's nothing like the American Express Platinum Card. Find out your welcome offer after you apply, which could be as high as 175,000 points. Learn more and find out your offer at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Terms apply.
Hello, folks. Your pal Dana from Kia Diamond. Kia Fever is here, and this year, everybody wins. This year, we're taking all that moolah and applying the savings to every Kia on the lot all summer long. Savings on the sporty Kia K4, family-sized Kia Sorento, head-turning Kia Telluride, or the hottest SUV of the summer, the Kia Sportage. And the best deal on one is here at Kia Diamond. My best deal, 0 down, not even a dime, the whole summer with no car payment, plus Kia Fever summer savings. If I say it's the best deal, it's the best deal. Guaranteed.
Carlos Narvaez, you're listening to the home of the Red Sox, WEEI.
While we go into the third inning, the Red Sox lead 1-0. Carlos Narvaez to lead it off. Middlebrooks is telling me that I don't understand the baseball gods as Carlos leads it off, then Monasterio and the leadoff man, Mickey Gaspers. Carlos swings and fouls it off on the first base side. Strike one. Third inning brought to you by Citgo, club you want to get into. If you join right now, instantly save 23 cents in your first fill-up. Not that Will would understand that. 0-1 to Narvaez. Pitch is a ground ball, foul outside of third. You know, Seattle is one of my favorite places in this country, and obviously, the World Cup spirit is in this town today. But when you get here on a day like today, when the weather is utterly ideal, 0-2 to Narvaez, pitch is high, a ball, and it's 1-2. You see Mount Rainier, you're walking around, you look out over the Puget Sound. I mean, this place, when it's beautiful, is as good as it can be.
This is my favorite road city. Was when I played. This is a broadcaster. This place rocks.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Did you hit here?
I don't know my numbers, but a couple homers.
Sightline's good.
A couple homers here. I always like the batter's eye. Not early in the game. It's kind of tough because the sun's on it, so it's a little bright. But you see the ball really well here once the sun gets off of it.
You know, the thing about the Pacific Northwest that I think people who do not spend time out here, as Andrew Monasterio digs in with one down to the bases empty. 1-0 Red Sox in the top of the third. Here's the pitch. It misses outside of the breaking ball. The brightness of the sunshine, the brightness of the water in the sky, it's just more brilliant here than other places.
Well, the sun doesn't go down until after 9 o'clock, which is awesome.
1-0. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. Fastball, and it's 1-1. I worked in Indianapolis for 3 years, and that was the thing, too. You're on the extreme western part of the Eastern time zone. It's so great when early in the summer the sun is down at 10 o'clock. Here's Monasterio, who pops it up. Look out, Will, right over your head. And it is ball and 2 strikes. Can I tell you that in our short time being around this guy, Andrew Monasterio is one of my favorite players we've had.
He's hilarious.
He is.
Hilarious.
1-2. 1-0 Red Sox. The pitch is a ground ball on the left side into the outfield, a base hit. Monasterio had a Team USA Tim Weah jersey on, and he says Los Estados Unidos están unidos, as he's got a one-out hit here in the top of the third.
Well, I'm waiting for him to look up here and say, thanks, Uncle Will. We had a good talk earlier. He's like, man, you know, I've been playing a lot. My timing's off. I feel late on fastballs. And we started talking hitting a little bit. And I said, hey, when my timing felt off or I felt late, I said, you got a leg kick. Obviously, you start earlier, but think about loading slower because it forces you to get going earlier and you're not rushing to the baseball.
Here comes Mickey Gasper from the left side. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled back. What does that mean, loading slower?
When you're rushed or you're late, or if you know you're late, you can feel it in the at-bat as the pitch is starting to get on you, and if you have a leg kick, it's almost like your leg comes up and down really fast. So you do that in your eyes and your head, and everything's moving fast. Game speeds up on you.
0-1 to Mickey. The pitch is a little bit outside. How do you make that change, though?
Well, it starts in batting practice, where you start to get comfortable with a little bit slower, methodical with your leg kick. Your eyes are more calm. Your whole body moves smoother, and you just feel like you're on time when you start to touch earlier like that.
1-1 to Mickey Gasper. 1-0 Red Sox. See if Andrew's thinking about running here. He's not, and the pitch is a little bit outside. Are the Mariners? No, they're not going to challenge. Cal Raleigh just wants to do baseball here, and it's 2-1.
Mona looks like he's trying to time him up. He was getting a big lead and trying to almost shuffle into a secondary.
The Red Sox have run way more with leads. I think he's going to go in this at-bat. 2-1. Not going. The pitch is just on the inside corner, and it's 2-2. Get to the league leaders in just a moment. Brought to you by AZEC Exteriors, leaders in exterior trim moldings. 2-2 to Gasper. 1 on, 1 out, 1-0 Red Sox in this third inning. Long set from Miller, and he, thinking along with us, checks in on a stereo over at first, who's back in safely with a head first dive. Whatever reason, the Red Sox in the last 4 or 5 years, even mired in a universe they don't want to live in, have played really well against the Seattle Mariners. 2-2. Pitch is ripped on the ground, caught by Naylor. He holds, throws to second, reverse double play as Gasper is gone. I don't know what Monasterio is doing, not getting into the run down there.
He tried. Naylor did a good job of just saying, all right, never mind, I'm just going to get rid of it.
Good play by Naylor. Inning over, Red Sox are done in the top of the third inning. 1-0. They lead on the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
You didn't just want a grill. You wanted a stainless steel 1700-degree canvas. And you found it at your local True Value, where an associate who spoke fluent grill master helped you find the perfect sizzling playground for your back patio. Even threw in his secret burger sauce recipe. The trick is a little pickle juice. True Value. Your project, your way. Find weekly deals at truevalue.com or your locally owned store.
Hill Show, weekdays, 5:30 to 10.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ranger Suarez to Victor Robles. First pitch, skied into center field. Cedon freezes into his left. He's there to make the play. And on one pitch, Robles is gone.
The Red Sox on WEI, brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. It's final days to get employee pricing for all. Ford, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball, and that dirty water.
7 up, 7 down. Here's Colt Emerson, who has totally burst onto the scene for the Mariners. He takes a pitch at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. 1-0 Red Sox. Ranger. Really good command of the Red Sox, challenging. Here they are, and that looked like a strike. To me, that clipped the outside corner, don't you think?
Really close. I think so.
The verdict is in, yes.
The call's overturned. The pitch is a strike. Boston retains their challenge.
The fans are into it here in Seattle. It's 0-2 the pitch. Here's a ground ball on the right side. Monasterio's got it. He throws to first in time, and they're 2 down. Baseball's such a funny game. It just brings people from different cultures and countries together. I mean, you got the Venezuelan Rangers, Suarez on the mound, the Venezuelan second baseman, Monasterio, same at first with Wilson Contreras, and Monasterio, as I told you, wearing the Tim Weah jersey on the airplane last night.
I was trying to figure that connection out.
Alex Spear gave us a little nugget there. The pitch to the right-handed hitting Weston Wilson. He is a little bit outside, ball 1. Apparently, it's World Cup trip. Like, everybody's got the jerseys, the gear. Monasterio did not have himself a kit as a swing and a miss by Wilson. And it makes it 1-1. We talked to Tommy Canley for a long time yesterday. He was so fired up. He was in the stadium today for Team USA in Australia as a pitch misses outside. And apparently Tommy, Tommy had this scarf on, a headband, a Team USA jersey, but he came totally locked and loaded for anybody that didn't have a jersey. 2-1, 1-0 Red Sox. The pitch is blooped into shallow left field. Duran back to his right. He's there to make the play, and the inning is over. Apparently, Canley gave Monasterio that jersey, to which Andrew responded with complete and total delight. It's hard to not root for Andrew Monasterio. We go to the 4th inning. Red Sox 1, Mariners 0 on a resplendent Seattle night in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big 3 MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big 3 championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big 3's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big 3 Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday, 8 p.m. on BET.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them, that's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Cedar Rafaela leads it off as we go to the fourth inning. 1-0 Sox. Cedar swings and misses. He was ready to go. But a really good splitter from Bryce Miller. Makes it 0-1. What a delight it is to be here in Seattle. 0-1. Pitch. Cedar fouls it back. He took a mighty lash there, and it's 0-2.
Even when Cedar comes out of his shoes like that, he is just so much more in control. Right? I know he's down 0-2 here, missed a couple pitches, but his at-bats in general have just, he's been in control of his at-bats.
Completely agreed. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and he takes a ball. He was going to challenge if it was called a strike. He doesn't have to.
I love that.
It's 1-2.
It was just down. I'm talking an inch below the zone. He was ready to challenge it.
I'm so with you, Will, about how composed he is at the plate. 1-2. Here is the pitch, and it is swung on a miss. He struck him out. It's a good splitter, and there's one away.
Yeah, that's the tough balance you have to figure out with Bryce Miller. His fastball plays up. It's 97. You have to gear up and get going if you want to hit it hard. But that split comes out of the hand at 84, 85 miles an hour. It's almost like it's got a parachute on it.
I really feel like we're in a living museum right now as Wilyer Abreu digs in. Left-handed hitter. Pitch to him. He is ripped into right field, a base hit. He likes the West Coast. He's got a knock with one down here in the top of the fourth. I mean, we were across the street for World Cup today. It is the brightest sunshine you'll ever see. There's something about it here that just when the sky is bright and the sun is shining, there's nothing like being in this part of the world. I think Wilson Contreras is thinking about right now teeing off. You need glasses, don't you?
Catching the glare off of something.
1 on, 1 out. 1-0 Red Sox in the fourth. The pitch is swung on and fouled. You're not in the best seat in this booth. Where you are, it's literally right in. There's a picture of Dave O'Brien at the World Cup today. It was...
Wait, you went to the World Cup today?
Nope.
You went to the game?
Nope. It was so much fun. 0-1 to Contreras. Shielding his eyes, Middlebrooks waits. The pitch is ripped high and deep down the left field line. Hooking foul and out of play. And it is 0-2.
I need eye black. Can you imagine we just... You want to go ahead?
No, it's okay.
No, we need to hear about this because that's something you haven't said yet, and that was awesome.
Randy Arozarena was right in front of us at the World Cup game with his beautiful little daughter. 0-2. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Wilyer runs. The pitch is high. Throw to second is not in time. Foot first slide. Abreu steals the bag. It looks a little injured out there at second base. They should not challenge here. That was really impressive from Abreu. And the Red Sox have a man in scoring position. Ooh.
Oh.
What do you think?
That makes...
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah.
Seattle challenging the safe call at second base.
Yep. Watching the replay. His foot came up, and the spikes got a little caught in the dirt, it looked like, before he was tagged out. What do you think?
I think Cole Young just made a tremendous tag.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great throw by Cal Raleigh right on the money, but as the ball hit his glove, I mean, he threw it down quick right on the shin of Wilyer Abreu when his foot was about 2 inches from the bag. He's out.
And yet you completely appreciate the aggression. Here we go.
After review, call on field overturn. The runner is out. Seattle will retain this out.
More joyous cheers in downtown Seattle.
By the way, it is packed to the gills here.
Yeah.
I just noticed that roar from the crowd, and I took my headset off for just a second because it is loud in here.
Well, it's been loud all day. It really has. 8 a.m. walking the streets of Seattle, going to get a coffee. It was a marching army here in the Pacific Northwest. 1 and 2 to Contreras. Now 2 down, bases empty. The pitch is just a little bit low, and it's 2 and 2. People were up for it from the beginning of this day. When the sun rose over Seattle, this was going to be a revival in this great American city. 2-2. 1-0 Sox. The pitch is a ground ball softly hit to short. Easy chance there. Throw to first in time, and Contreras is gone. And so are the Sox. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Boston on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees. We provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Afternoons 2 to 6. Now back to the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Rob Refsnyder leads it off against Rangers Suarez as we go to the bottom of the fourth, and Rob takes a pitch that misses outside for ball 1. Rob is going to be a major league manager someday.
Oh, yeah.
He is so in tune.
Sees the game a little different.
Yeah, 1-0 is a pitch that misses inside 2-0. I always loved watching him sit right next to Alex Cora.
I feel like all players that are eventually managers, they all have that same temperament and mannerisms. And
here is a ground ball to short. Marcelo's got it. He throws to first in time, 1 away.
It's almost like there's a sternness about them, but they, under their breath, are almost joking all the time and messing with you, but you would never know because they look so serious. It's like the perfect
He is
manager.
the epitome of that. So now with 1 down, here's Cal Raleigh, the big dumper, batting with 1 down and the base is empty. Rangers Suarez into the windy throws and a pop-up. Back of home plate into the seats. We take 10 seconds. Station ID in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
Swing and a miss at a beautiful change-up from Rangers Suarez. And just like that, it's 0-2. Red Sox 1, Mariners nothing. Cal Raleigh, so much of a struggle in the WBC. He takes a pitch just outside. Very close, and it's 1-2, and it's carried over into the regular season. A guy who last year was in the non-judge category, the best guy in the American League.
So caught just about every game.
1-2 is just outside. That has to add up, doesn't it?
Yeah, your body takes a toll. I mean, it's one thing just being an everyday player. It's another being behind the plate and all that gear, just taking a beating. He did DH some, but he took a lot of pride in the defensive side.
2-2 is just low. I mean, literally, if I go into a squat and try to catch 7 pitches from my boys, it hurts.
You gotta
Can you imagine 162 of them?
You need the dad bucket, right? The bucket with the lid on it, with the little padding. That's what you need.
I need a lot of things. 3-2 to Raleigh. Here's the pitch, and it is low. So the first base runner of the game for the Mariners. You know, it's interesting, Will. Ranger Suarez has been great for the Red Sox. He's not, though, gone deep into games. And as awesome as he's been tonight, it's kind of a reminder he does show everything from the jump of every ball game.
Right. You know, he does that, but he also will mix up the sequencing of it.
Here's Julio Rodriguez. Pitch is just inside. The Red Sox want a challenge here. What'd you think?
The catcher's challenge.
I thought it caught the corner or the top of the zone. It's close. We'll see.
And it is a strike.
Calls overturned. The pitch is a strike.
That challenge brought to you by Dana-Farber. When the challenge is cancer, Dana-Farber hits it out of the park. 0-1. Julio Rodriguez, one of the great players in all of baseball. Behind 0-1, Suarez comes set. He throws. And a fastball misses inside. And it is 1-1. Julio, in his career, has destroyed Ranger Suarez. 5 for 7 after being retired his first time. Here's the 1-1, and it's a chopper off his front foot foul, and it makes it 1-2.
I feel like he's so often a second half player. He'll struggle the first half. Everybody's down on him, and then he goes off in the second half every year for some reason.
I mean, he's just truly, in terms of just natural gifts, he's as high as you can be.
Freak athlete.
1-2. Double play depth behind Ranger. 1-0 Sox in the fourth, and time is called. Fourth inning brought to you by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-800-CARS-FOR-KIDS. CarsForKids.com. And, of course, that is Cars with a K. Julio with a J waits for Ranger with an R. The 1-2 pitch is fastball high, and it's 2-2.
Well, in a perfect world, you can throw a changeup off of that two-seamer that was just up and in, down and away. A little 6-4-3 would be perfect right
2-2. Runner board with one down. There it is at the bottom of the zone. Ring him up. You're on it tonight, Will. That is a sinker right at the bottom of the zone, 2 down.
Well, that's the cat and mouse that you run into with Ranger, right? He just showed him the fastball up and in, and it's going to make a right-handed batter with pop, like Rodriguez, thinking, okay, he's going to his changeup. He's going down and away, and then freezes him with the fastball in.
All right, 2 down. Here is Josh Naylor from the left side. Pitch. Beauty on the inside corner. Can you expand on that a little bit? Why is that as a right-handed hitter to make you feel that way?
Just he saw multiple fastballs in on his hands, and that tells the batter, okay, that's how he's going to attack me in this at-bat. He wants to jam me.
0-1 is a looper down the left field line, but foul out of play.
And when you're facing your right-handed batter, you're facing a lefty with stuff like Suarez. If he shows you that enough, you know at some point he wants to go down and away, thinking, okay, I can open up that outer half with all those fastballs I've thrown inside. But that's where you always have to be, and Narvaez is really good at this, at being, okay, that's the step he's thinking, let's go one more step ahead of that and freeze him in.
He needs to catch more.
5 days a week. And let him work through the offensive side. He doesn't have timing because he is not playing.
0-2 to Josh Naylor. The pitch is just outside. I mean, that's right where he wants to throw it. Perfect purpose pitch. And it's 1-2. I think the upside of having a guy who can manage the staff is so far worth living through an offensive slump. 1-2. Pitch is just low, and it's 2-2.
Well, the two-seamer's good today.
Yeah.
I mean, it has got some late downward action to it. That was in the zone until it was about 3 feet from the plate, and it sank below it.
They plan to pull on the infield. 2 down, bottom 4. Red Sox lead 1-0. The pitch is ripped down the right field line, but foul into the seats. And it is 2-2.
And Naylor, you know, we see this with guys like Cody Bellinger. And Naylor hits lefties well because he stays on everything. He is not afraid to let it get deep and drive it the other way. Got a hanger right there, but yanked it foul.
What a revelation he became here in Seattle. I mean, the Mariners have just become a total darling in this city. They're trying so hard. They were within millimeters of going to the World Series a year ago. And they really have captured the heart of this city. Naylor's a part of it. 2-2. Pitch. It fouled off. Straight back. My new friend Randy Arozarena has had so many big swings in a Mariners uniform. Julio Rodriguez, Naylor, Cal Raleigh. I mean, they did have the knack for the clutch spot a year ago. These Mariners 2-2. No, Red Sox leading 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Rangers sets, he throws, and a high fly fouled on the left field side. Fastball there. You're thinking maybe a changeup be a good choice here.
He doesn't throw changeups a lot to lefties. But this is going to be pitch number 8. He has thrown him one changeup in this at bat. He's late on his fastball, right? Because that's Naylor saying, okay, I know he's going to throw me junk at some point, and I have to be able to get to it.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. Pitch is a little looper to second. Caught by Monasterio. Tommy Canley, thanks for giving him the jersey. Inning over. We go to the 5th inning. 1-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big 3 MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big 3 championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big 3's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his 3rd straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big 3 Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them, that's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
WEEI on the go. Just download the Odyssey app. Now back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Today's Red Sox code word of the game is T-Mobile Park. Make sure to enter your code word in the member portal today to claim your points.
You know, when they made this T-Mobile Park, everything was a lot pinker. Less so these days.
Yeah.
Here's Jaron Duran from the left side.
What was it first? Was it Safeco?
Safeco, indeed. Duran, 2 of 9, 12 homers. The pitch is swung on and fouled into the mid. This has started to happen across these great United States where the great sporting cities do kind of couple their football and baseball stadiums. On one to Duran. Here's the pitch, and it is loop foul. You see it in Philadelphia, in Baltimore, obviously here in Seattle. And it's just delightful because everyone knows where all the action is, and bars and restaurants have popped up all around the corner. Luis Castillo, by the way, is now warming in the Mariners bullpen. 110th pitch brought to you by 110 Grill, gluten-free dining done right. 0-2 to Duran. Pitch is a check swing up and away.
I have this 6-man rotation right now, and then they're piggybacking these 2 guys at the moment. They're going to do 2 other guys the next time, I believe, through the rotation, just to try to keep all their guys going and give them breathers here and there.
1-2 is a little low. He did check his swing. Duran, it's 2-2. I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's hard.
It's brilliant in a way, but have a little feel too. Like, this guy's dealing. He gave up 1 run on 1 swing. He's at 57 pitches.
2-2. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He fouled it into the mitt. And there's one down as Caleb Durbin comes up. Who's on deck, brought to you by AZEC Exteriors. And I mean, not necessarily in the context of this decision in this moment, but the Mariners are just so loaded with arms. Here's Durbin, Sox leading by a run. In this top of the fifth, the pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Well, I think it was 3 outings ago. Castillo started, and Miller was piggybacking him. And Castillo was dealing through 4 innings. Just 2 hits, no runs, struck out 6, and they pulled him. And I saw the video.
Oh, one is swung on a miss. I'm sure he wasn't happy.
He was angry. I'll just leave it at that. He was not happy. I mean, that's a veteran who's been around for a while. He is dealing. He's 68 pitches in, just 2 hits, and they're pulling him for that. Not happy.
0-2, Durbin takes a ball. There is a balance, isn't there? Yeah. Especially with veterans like Castillo. We've seen it in the playoffs where front offices almost mandate that you take somebody out after a certain number of times through the lineup. 1-2 to Caleb Durbin. 1-0 Sox. Pitch is a swing and a miss. He got him. Couldn't hold up on a breaking ball. And they're 2 down.
It's almost like Miller said, oh, you're going to get him loose? Watch this.
That part is ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, he is spinning it. And yet action in the bullpen. Get you caught up on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in just a moment. The only thing that matters, USA 2, Australia nothing. It was spectacular today. Here's Marcelo. He grounds it off his first front foot, I should say. And it is 0-1. Subaru Summer finally here. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. Again, the collective joy in this city today, hard to overstate. 0-1 to Marcelo. Pitch is a little bit outside. Fastball, 1-1. Team USA got a goal in the first 10 minutes of the game, and that just set Lumen Field, the home of the Seattle Seahawks, alive. 1-1. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Marcelo is just not swinging at the right ones right now. At the letters there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, I was hoping the fact that he got ambushed a little bit with a late scratch of Izzy would maybe help him. You see that a lot of times. You get ambushed, you have to get out, get dressed, get ready to play. You don't have time to think, and you end up having a good game. Miller's got good stuff tonight.
As far as not worked out, 1-2. Pitch is a soft ground ball in front of the mound. Miller gloves and throws to first. In time, inning over. Extraordinarily weak contact by Meyer. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway home. 1-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
As an electrical contractor, you're the expert on the job site. But to do what you do best, your team needs the right material at the right time. At Northeast Electrical, we stock electrical products from top manufacturers and have a large network to deliver your order fast. Getting the big bid is power. Access to 1 million products from one distributor is electric. Visit needco.com today. That's NEEDCO.com. Northeast Electrical. Our knowledge is electric.
Listening to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ranger Suarez back on the mound as we go to the bottom of the fifth inning. Dom Canzone groundsman to first, handled by Wilson Contreras. He says to Ranger, no need to walk over here. They almost collided.
I was going to say, I didn't know
one down.
He was going to tackle him like he did Sonny yesterday. That scared me a little bit. That's a big man. Contreras, he might not look it on the field, but on TV, but you see him in person, and he is just pure muscle.
Do you really think he doesn't look big on TV? He is massive.
Because he's not like super tall.
Yeah.
You know? But you walk next to him and he's just...
The reason they call him Bowser.
He's built like Bowser. That's it.
1-0 Red Sox. Here's Cole Young, left-handed batter. Pitch to him is a beauty. A strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1. He does look like he's got a shell in his back. His lats are 700 times bigger than mine. Turbin in on the grass at third, 0-1. Pitch is just outside, and it's 1-1. Ranger throws, and he misses just a little bit low to Cole Young. And it's 2-1. Check of the game score brought to you by Veg ER, the official emergency vet group of the Boston Red Sox. Ranger has a sense that he's been really good tonight. He wants a new baseball, trying to be as perfect as he can. It is 2-1 to Young. Next one. Man, is that close, but it was outside. Just off the plate, and it's 3-1. 1-0 Red Sox. Bottom five. Pitch. High fly, foul. Into the seats, out of play. And it is 3-2. Cole Young been really good in June. Almost a 300 hitter. But now 2 for 12 on this homestand. See if Ranger can put him away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He and Narvaez on the same page. The pitch is ground ball on the right side. Monasterio's got it. Noted Tim Weah fan throws to first, and they're 2 down.
Just keep hitting your spots. And what you love about what you're seeing from Suarez right now is his miss is a couple inches off the plate. It's not over the middle where he's going to get hurt.
He can do this, Will. I mean, even as lately he's not been razor sharp, his best starts are so good. There's Victor Robles, right-handed hitter. He takes a strike on the outside corner. I mean, twice this year, Rangers thrown 8 shutout innings, and on those occasions, 2 hits and 1 hit. 0-1. Here's the pitch, and it is high. Cut fastball, and it's 1-1.
I mean, the way he's pitching, the way he's commanding the baseball, when he misses, I feel like it's on purpose.
Yep. Right where he wants it. 1-1. Pitch is a ball, but Carlos Narvaez wants to challenge here.
It looks like it might have caught the inside corner. That was a really good cutter.
If it did, it's by a seam. I love the aggression here, and it is a strike on the inside corner. The challenge in Red Sox, and it's 1-2.
And Narvaez had some good feel back there. There's been a couple that were really close, and he didn't challenge them, which is great because obviously it hadn't gone well for the Sox this year.
They've been so good at that lately. Here's a high fly into left field. Duran in, now back to his left. He's there to make the play. Red Sox 1, Mariners nothing after 5 in the Shaws and Star Market. WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Ice Cube's Big Three is back. The most physical, fierce, and competitive basketball league on earth returns to CBS this Saturday. 3-time Big Three MVP ISO Joe Johnson and the reloaded Detroit Amps battle 2-time Big Three championship coach Steven Jackson's DMV trilogy, followed by Big Three's most intense rivalry. Defending champions Miami 305 and Michael Beasley chasing his third straight MVP take on Dwight Howard, coach Nick Young, and the LA Riot. Watch Big Three Saturday 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on CBS. Catch replays Monday 8 p.m. on BET.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
Now back to the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Luis Castillo is on after Bryce Miller gives up only 1 run over 5 excellent innings. Let's see, Carlos Narvaez with the Red Sox leading it 1-0. 33-year-old right-hander who last time out hit hard by the Washington Nationals. This is unconventional, to say the least.
I guess that plan is coming from higher than your manager, but that's a hard move to make.
Narvaez swings and misses. We've seen the Rays do this over the years, Will. It takes so much buy-in, top to bottom, on your whole roster. Miller was great tonight.
You got Luis Castillo out there 10 years in the big leagues.
0-1 is a little outside.
You feel like this guy's... Obviously, you look at who's in their rotation, his stuff isn't quite as good at this point in his career, but it's still good. We're still seeing 96, 97 from him.
He does have a flat 5 ERA as Narvaez swings and misses at a 1-1.
A couple bad outings mixed in there, but there's been some really good ones also.
The Red Sox have been linked to him for years. Yeah. He's got those long dreadlocks. What a career he's had. 1-2 to Narvaez. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Great slider. This is the 259th appearance of his career.
Wow.
As a pitcher, that's no joke as Monasterio comes up with 1 down. Again, the Red Sox, so little margin for error tonight, leading 1-0. Pitch is a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1.
Yeah, I think a lot of people forget. I mean, this is a 3-time All-Star in Castillo. Finished top 5 Cy Young in 2023, I believe.
0-1. The pitch is a little bit outside. A guy who we all, I think, most identify with his time with the Cincinnati Reds. But it's amazing. This is his 5th season with the Mariners. 1-1. 1-0 Red Sox. Pitch to Monasterio is swung on and missed. The stuff when it's working is utterly electric. It's 1-2.
It's 98. Like he's still got it in the tank.
One and 2 to Monasterio. Pitch is strike 3 called on the outside corner. It's a borderline fastball. I think it's a good choice by Monasterio to not challenge in their 2-way.
Yeah, that's just paint. And once again, 98 with that 2-seamer. It has that angle away from righties, so it tells your eyes this is going to keep going off the plate, and then that 2-seam rotation just brings it right back to the corner. That's as good as it gets.
There's Mickey Gasper batting left, 2 down. Pitch is popped up into shallow left field. racing on to make the play is Victor Robles, and the inning is over. Win free groceries for a year with the Shaw's and Star Market Grand Slam Summer Sweepstakes. Plus, your child can become a junior broadcaster. Enter now at shawsorstarmarket.com/Grand Slam. 1-0 Sox, bottom 6 next on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Home service pros like you show up, get jobs done, and put in the long days. But this is the year you get more. More money, more recognition, and more balance. This is the year of the blue-collar champion. Start your free trial today at jobber.com.
The results are in. Great conversations are always on par. So follow and listen to On Par with me, Maury Povich, wherever you get your podcasts.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Your smart speaker to play, 93.7 WEEI. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
First pitch of the bottom of the 6th fouled off outside of first base by Colt Emerson. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Red Sox bring Caleb Durbin in at third. Contreras just a little behind the bag. The 0-1 just outside. This is the best version of Ranger Suarez. He has been dialed in from the jump.
He's just on the same page with Narvaez nonstop.
You've been saying this for so long. 1-1. The pitch is a ground ball on the third base side. Durbin, gloves, he plants, he throws to first in time. A little sidewinder, and there was one away. You've been preaching this, Will, forever. He and Narvaez are synced up tonight.
I don't know if I've seen him shake even once. Suarez is at his best when he could get the ball, rock, and fire. He wants to work fast. That's when he's at his best. That's something that's got to grow between him and Gasper. Even Wong, Narvaez, they see eye to eye.
Here's Weston Wilson, right-handed hitter. He drives one high into left field, but coming on Duran. Out goes Meyer. And Jaron is there to make the play. And they're 2 down. Bullpen report brought to you by Interlock Metal Roofing. Visit interlockroofing.com and never re-roof again. 1-0 Red Sox. 2 down, bases empty. Pitch. Just dialed in a fastball to Rob Refsnyder. It's 0-1. Rob, 0 for 2 tonight. 0-1. Pitch is just inside. This is a scary spot here. I mean, Ranger Suarez has been great tonight. And Rob Refsnyder, we remember this from his time with the Red Sox. 3rd time seeing a left-handed pitcher. He is lethal.
Just a veteran hitter. He gets it. He starts picking up on sequences.
1-1. Here's a pop-up into shallow right field. Coming on Abreu. He's there to make the play. And we're through 6. Red Sox lead 1-0 in the Shaw's and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Lemonade! Fresh squeezed lemonade! Lemonade? Oh, no.
nuts.
Is your business struggling to be seen? Not reaching the right customers?
Yeah.
Odyssey's here to help. Your one-stop shop for digital marketing.
Wait, really?
With targeted digital media, plus SEO, SEM, social, OTT, and more, we help your business reach the right audience and drive results.
Whoa, hey, one at a time.
Stop missing out on valuable customers. Visit digitallocalads.com to learn more about our local advertising solutions. That's digitallocalads.com.
Okay, people, line starts here.
It's gonna be a Subaru summer. Subaru summer is finally here. Hit the road in the trusted, all-new 2026 Subaru Outback. Built for bold getaways with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, upgraded advanced Subaru safety features, and lasting value for years of reliable adventure. Buy with 0.9% financing or lease for just $305 per month. Details at SubaruofNewEngland.com. It's gonna be a Subaru summer.
Remember enjoying those iconic red, white, and blue freezer pops in the summer? Now imagine that flavor reinvented as an energy shot. Introducing the Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot. A flavor explosion of sweet cherry, zesty lime, and electric blue raspberry that all come blasting together for a seriously refreshing shot. Ignite your taste buds with the flavor of the summer. Get a Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shot today. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Our Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
To the seventh inning we go. Red Sox lead the Seattle Mariners 1-0. Cedar Rafaela leads it off against Luis Castillo. The pitch to him is swung on and fouled off. I was about to say, this felt like it would be an aggressive swing from Cedar. Got a little, what was that, a change up, and it's 0-1.
He sold out to that heater, and that was a changeup way off the plate in, and he hit it right off the middle of his left shin.
0-1. Cedar is flied out and struck out. The pitch is ripped into the gap in right center field. This is going to get down. It's extra bases. Cedar is thinking about 3. He's around second. He will at the last minute hold, and it's a lead-off double in this top of the 7th inning.
Well, this is where it's been an issue for this Red Sox team. Manufacturing runs, guys in scoring position early in innings, stranding them on the base pass. 1 for 29 with runners in scoring position in that last series at Fenway. But it's a good start right here. You got the middle of your lineup coming up. You have to scratch a run here.
I think that was a really savvy choice to hold at second, don't you?
Knowing where they're at in this lineup, absolutely.
All right, here's Willier. Pitch to him is right there, fastball. And it's 0-1. Arbella Insurance Foundation, dedicated to striking out cancer by supporting the Jimmy Fund. Every strikeout from a Sox pitcher during this year, Arbella donates $50 to the Jimmy Fund. Here for the Jimmy Fund, here for good. 0-1, the pitch is a check swing. Fastball up and away. Did not clip the zone. And it's 1-1. Castillo nods yes to Raleigh. 1-1. The pitch is ripped into center field. Back to second goes Cedar on the run. Julio's there to make the play. Productive out. And Cedar over to third. That's a great at-bat for Willier Abreu.
That's 2 days in a row for Willier. This situation has come up late in games, and he gets the job done. Yesterday was a line drive to right field. Today it was a line drive just right of center field, but deep enough to get Cedar to third.
Well, here's the guy you want at the plate in this kind of a spot with a 1-run lead. Wilson Contreras, who's been the Red Sox best hitter by far with runners in scoring position. Mariners have no choice but to bring the infield in right here. All right, here's Wilson. Pitch is way outside. And it gets off the glove of the catcher. Coming home to score standing is Cedar. That's got to be a pass ball there. What in the world just happened? The Red Sox will take it. They lead 2-0.
I don't know if that'll be a pass ball or wild pitch. It was way outside. It was all the way in the left-hand batter's box. That slider from Castillo, he's trying to be real careful with Wilson at the plate.
No, it hit the glove.
Yeah, it did hit
You're
the glove.
You're right. It's a huge miss by Castillo. 1-0. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on a miss. Clearly, they were setting up inside. It's a total yank job, and Raleigh had almost no chance.
You still think, though, and that's today's age and catcher, you have to, it's a breaking ball. You know it's going to break that way. At least try to get your body in front of it.
1-1 is low. They score it for now, a wild pitch, which watching the replay, I think that's the right call. I mean, that's not even remotely where Raleigh wanted that pitch.
If there's a left-handed batter there, it hits him in the leg. Like, it was that far over there.
2-1 to Contreras. Look out below right here. The pitch is swung on and grounded on the right side into the outfield. That's a base hit. Well, that means it's going to be an earned run no matter what, because Contreras delivers. He's got a one-out hit here in this top of the 7th inning.
Wilson, like, come on, I wanted that RBI. But I also don't think they were that interested in pitching to him. I think they were going to pitch around him, see if he would chase. If not, you put him on first base and take your chances with Durant, try to get him to ground into a double play.
It's a great point. Once you have that wild pitch, maybe you sort of breathe a little bit and give him more stuff to hit. All right, here's Jaron Duran. Feels like he's trying to launch right here, too. 2-0 Red Sox. Pitch is lined into left field. That's a base hit. Contreras is going to get up to second base. And the Red Sox have a big-time rally going here in this top of the 7th.
Yeah, and anybody in a Mariners uniform or fan, anybody right now going, why the heck did we take this guy out of the game? He's rolling. Pitch count was in a good spot. I understand this is their plan. It was in place. They're trying, whatever. You got to play the game. On the Red Sox side, you're saying thank you very much.
That is such a great point by you as Caleb Durbin, who homered to give the Red Sox their first run, digs in. Pitch is a strike. How many times have you seen it? It's so different when you're in a game on the mound, managing a lineup, and the Mariners decide to just literally go by the book they wrote before the game started. 0-1, the pitch to Durbin is popped up behind home plate. Raleigh gives a chase, but it is out of play. Well, we've seen it so many times. It's just not the right way to manage games.
It's not. I mean, it's a risk they know they have to take with rolling with 6 pitchers, and this is the way they want to go about it. Instead of just a 6-man rotation, they want to have piggyback. But this is just, gosh.
He threw 66 pitches.
Use your eyes.
It was great. The 0-2 is way outside. You'll hear, I'm sure Dan Wilson and the Mariners front office would talk about this. We had a plan. This is the long view. I mean, this is how we want to go.
He's been asked a lot about it lately, and he has been very
kind of caustic
annoyed
about it.
Where he says, this is the plan, no more questions.
No doubt about it. 1-2 to Durbin. Puts a manager in a really tough spot. Pitch is on the ground into left field. That's a base hit. Contreras will hold it third, and the Red Sox have the bases loaded and trying to really cash it in here as a huge moment presents itself to Marcelo Meyer.
4 hits in the inning, and the one out that was made was Wilyer Abreu, and it was a productive out, moving Seda onto third base.
And now you get a visit to the mound ahead of Marcelo, Subaru of New England scoreboard. It is so bizarre being out here on the West Coast where all these games are just done. You're so used to this time of game saying, the Yankees are in the 4th inning, the Guardians are in the 3rd. The Dodgers, by the way, right now are hosting the Orioles. They lead 3-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Minnesota in Arizona, 6-3 D-backs. Angels in Sacramento lead 11-4 in the top of the 6th. What a spot this is for Marcelo. Try to kind of bury these Mariners right here, right now.
You got to think he's going to see spin. Change-ups and sliders here.
Loaded up with 1 down. Here's the pitch, and it is a ball. A little bit low. What do you know? Change up, and it's 1-0. Castillo throws. Marcelo takes an off-speed pitch on the outside corner. It's 1-1.
Yeah, pitcher's pitch right there. Backdoor slider just got the edge. It's a good pitch.
Marcelo has struck out and grounded out to the pitcher. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch is right there.
Oh, I thought that was a little down.
Slider called a strike. I'm with you. That's one that Marcelo should challenge.
He did.
He did, and I think he's going to get it right, and he does.
Calls for return, returns the ball. Boston retains.
Beautiful. What has gotten into these Red Sox? Sure, 0.2 of an inch. They challenge so much more and so much better these days. 2-1 with the bases loaded. Castillo throws. Marcelo swings and grounds one into right field. That's a base hit. Contreras is coming home. They will hold Duran, but he runs through the stop sign, and the ball is dropped at the plate. It's going to turn out to be a 2-run hit for Marcelo. Red Sox lead it 4-0 as Duran just ran through Chad Epperson's stop sign at third.
It wasn't even like it was a late hold either. Duran was before the bag, and Epperson's hands were up. Duran said, you know what, I'm getting Marcelo an extra RBI here. He's grinding right now. Let's get this for him.
You know, the Red Sox got snake bitten by that so often, and throws were just bullets to the plate. It does tend to even out as that one came up the line. What a good feeling that must be for Marcelo. It was going to be bang bang had Raleigh held it at the plate. And here now, Carlos Narvaez, infield stays in. They're going to charge the right fielder with an error as Carlos takes a strike on the inside corner, which, to me, it's a one-hop throw off Cal Raleigh's glove. But somebody's got to get the error as the run comes home. Marcelo delivers. 2 runs batted in. The pitch is skied into center field. Durbin's going to go back to third. Julio's got a big arm, but this is deep enough. Caleb is coming home. Throw to third. It's a sac fly for El Capitan. Now the Red Sox lead it 5-0. I think they give the error there only because Marcelo moves from first to second.
How about this inning? Double, productive fly out to center, 4 singles in a row, and then a sac fly to center. Oh, needed it. What did Chad Tracy say before the game? He's like, you just need a 5-run inning, and then everyone breathes.
Team baseball. Here's Andrew Monasterio. The pitch to him is line foul on the first base side. What you just said is so true, Will. Can you imagine what Bryce Miller's thinking right now? 66 pitches. He was awesome. He leaves the game, and they've put 4 on Luis Castillo.
He did his job.
0-1 is a little looper in a shallow right field, sinking down a sliding play out in right, and the inning comes to a close as the Red Sox are bitten a little bit out in right field by a great sliding play by Dom Canzone. However, the Red Sox all over Castillo. They put 4 up in the top of the 7th, and they lead 5-0. Stretch time in Seattle on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses: Warwick Tree Service. We blend 6 decades of experience with cutting-edge technology to handle even the most hazardous or hard-to-reach trees with surgical precision and minimal disruption. Our licensed arborists don't just remove trees, we provide the expert care and peace of mind that only comes from years in the field. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit warwicktree.com to schedule your free tree service assessment today. Warwick Tree Service. Safe, efficient, proven since 1961.
What's going on? I'm Arch Manning, Viore athlete and college quarterback. Whether I'm running, training, traveling, or just unwinding at home, I love doing it in my core shorts from Viore. With a breathable boxer brief liner, they're quick to dry, super versatile, and stand up to even my most intense training sessions. Plus, they come in 3 inseams and a ton of colors. Ready to try a pair? Go to viore.com/arch and get 20% off at checkout. I think you're going to love them as much as I do. That's VUORI.com/ARCH and get 20% off your first order. Exclusions apply. Visit the website for full terms and conditions. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Have a great day.
Blowing ad budget on metrics that look great till the CFO sees them. That's bull spend. And marketers are calling it out in Dashboard Confessions.
I remember telling my boss, it'll be good for the brand, when leads were slow. Yeah, it wasn't.
Cut the bull spend. LinkedIn lets you target by company, job title, and more. Advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a $250 credit. Go to linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Play-by-play action of the Boston Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
His first pitch is fouled just into our booth. That's Cal Raleigh. fouls it right off of our crowd mic for strike one. It's hard with a stick, Mike, to try to get in front of it and try to make a play.
I was going to come over there, but I wanted you to have a moment. It was just short of you, though. If it was a little further...
If it were here, I would take blame.
Yeah, but you would have had to reach out the window to make a play.
Can you imagine the day that I could have had? World Cup game here, and now a foul ball into our booth as Cal Raleigh takes a pitch that misses outside 2-1.
Got the heart rate up a little bit.
The big dumper ahead of Suarez, 2-1. Pitch is swung on and missed. A fastball, and it is 2-2. Bottom of the seventh inning, Red Sox lead 5-0. Cal Raleigh has struck out swinging and walked. Ranger with the pants at the knees. Into the wind, the pitch is just outside. Very close. Put a ball and it's 3-2. He has, Ranger, thrown 81 pitches here tonight. Big one coming right here, 3-2. Here it is, and it is just outside. Wow. I wanted to clip the corner with a backdoor breaking ball. He missed. And Raleigh walks for the second time to lead off the bottom of the seventh inning.
That one didn't quite make its way back. That backdoor cutter 2 inches off the plate.
Here now, Julio Rodriguez with the leadoff man aboard as Ranger steps off. Says yes to Narvaez, who sets up on the inside half. The pitch is a little bit high. Rivalry report sponsored by River Spring Residences, setting a new standard for memory care in New York City. 833-79-RIVER. riverspringresidences.org/radio to get a tour. 1-0 to Julio Rodriguez. Pitch is a little blooper in a shallow center field. Cedon is coming on, and he will slide foot first to make the play. He throws to first, back to first goes Cal Raleigh, and a hit does not fall in. There's one away.
Oh, Cedon. What a play. I mean, off the bat, this is off the hands, and you're thinking nobody gets to this. Of course, we got a Cedon out there. Sliding catch, 360 throw on the money to Contreras, just late, almost a double play.
Well, and on nights like this where things are building, you need defensive plays like that. Here's one down for Josh Naylor. Everyone in the ballpark is starting to think about something with Ranger Suarez right here. 5-0 Red Sox. Ranger on the mound, he throws, and Naylor drives one into the gap in right center field, and there it is. The Mariners have their first hit. A two-hopper off the wall. Cedon plays the carom, throws it back into the infield, and there it goes. Naylor extra bases, and the Mariners have him at second and third.
Well, we told you earlier, Naylor's been so good against left-handed pitching. He got himself a first pitch two-seamer, middle of the plate. Suarez really hadn't missed it all over the plate all night. He's either missed off or it's been dotted. That one got way too much of the middle. Naylor smoked it into the gap for their first hit of the night.
You know, on this kind of day, I had this feeling we might have total magic in the ballpark, given everything that's going on here as Dom Canzone is going to bat. I mean, the World Cup winner, this town driven wild in the best possible way by the emotion of that great tournament. And Ranger Suarez matched the moment. He was brilliant tonight, and still in a big spot right here with Justin Slayton warming in the bullpen.
We've seen in this ballpark before. Things can speed up quick and runs can be scored quickly. So needs to make a pitch here.
Tom Canzone, left-handed hitter, second and third. They'll concede at least one run here with the infield back. The pitch is a swing and a miss. It just felt like from the beginning of this night, Ranger had no hit stuff. I mean, he's done that several times this year. We told you twice he's had 8 shutout innings. 0-1. to Cal's can zone. The pitch is a ground ball off of Ranger. Kind of hit him in the face there. He gloves and throws to first in time on a hop. And there are 2 away.
I think he got his shoulder, his right shoulder.
He's laughing. He did have a special look here this evening. And nice little reaction there for out number 2. Here comes Cole Young. Especially when Cedon made that sliding grab, you thought, you know what? Might be one of those nights. Second and third with 2 down. 5-0 Red Sox. Suarez throws and a foul back to the screen. He got away with one there that was a hanger to Cole Young and its own one. I think, Will, that Garrett Crochet in our time together will throw a no-hitter.
Oh, it's with that stuff? Yes.
He's taken a couple into the 7th and 8th innings. Crochet.
It's nights like tonight, the way he's throwing.
0-1 is outside because it's the mix, isn't it?
It's the mix. Hitters are. I've talked to guys who faced him, and they would rather face Crochet or a guy throwing 100 than what Ranger can do to you. It's just frustrating.
5-0 Sox, bottom 7. Second and third for the Mariners. The 1-1 is swung on and missed. Again, not to belabor the point, but it just felt like he had that kind of stuff tonight. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan postgame show. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal. Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of a Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cole Young. Pitch inside. Curveball. Tried to come in the front door and missed, and it's 2-2.
You can see the command not quite as sharp this inning, but I mean, this is going to be pitch 92, right? You just took a flight from the East Coast to the West Coast. That's part of it, but man, he is dialed.
2-2 is pop foul on the third base side.
You always, that first game, you go west, you just feel tired because right now it's what, midnight at home. You feel that. Normally you have an off day, not this time around.
You know, other players will have told me the next day gets even more.
It's the worst. Yeah.
2-2. Pitch is in the dirt. I mean, you set your body clock to the way the season goes out, fly all the way across the country. And I think everybody, to your point, is really feeling it right now. The Red Sox feeling good with a 5-0 lead, 3-2. Bullpen will get going here in a moment. Pitch is just outside. That might be it for Ranger. You got Slayton warming and ready in the pen. And Chad Tracy says, I've seen enough.
Yeah, what a night. Hate that it got messy here at the end, but man, was he dialed in.
On a World Cup day, messy indeed. The Red Sox lead 5-0. He was awesome, Ranger Suarez. He's off the mound. Pitching change brought to you by JetBlue. Proud to be the official airline of Boston Sports. JetBlue.com, 1-800-JetBlue. Slayton coming on. Suarez going off. 5-0 Sox. Base is loaded. Huge spot after this on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Ford is here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you value what we value. Now offering employee pricing. American value for American values. Go to Ford.com or your local Ford dealer for more information.
Arbella Insurance has been doing business in the New England community for over 35 years. They're your friends, your neighbors, and fellow Boston fans. They do the wave at the ballpark together and get stuck in the same Storrow Drive traffic. At Arbella, being your neighbor helps them provide you with the coverage you need to drive, live, or run a business in this part of the country we call home. Arbella, here for Boston fans, here for good.
Now through Father's Day, treat Dad to surf and turf specials from Shaw's and Star Market. Save on beef, T-bone. Come on, you're fired up for this. Porterhouse or New York strip steak, plus swordfish or lobsters when you use a digital coupon.
It's a good place for surf and turf, Seattle.
I love when I'm reading about food and I hear you go, ooh. Ooh.
Surf and turf, why not on Father's Day? Celebrate the final round of the U.S. Open together right here in Seattle as we take 10 seconds for station ID on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
From the WEEI studios, 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
J.P. Crawford is going to pinch hit here. Carlos Narvaez to the mound to discuss things here with Justin Slayton. You know, this game has been very comfortable for the Red Sox from the jump. Ranger Suarez was great. Allowed his first hit in this seventh inning, but all of a sudden, J.P. Crawford, who has authored some enormous moments here in Seattle, comes up with the bases loaded. Slayton is ready. He throws, and a fastball called a strike at the bottom of the zone. That was borderline, and it's 0-1.
I'll tell you what, that was a 96-mile-an-hour cutter dotted down and in from Slayton.
0-1. Here's the pitch, and it is swung on and missed. A big fastball. How about that from Slayton? 98, and it's 0-2.
It was gas. He was trying to go up and away. He pulled it middle in, got away with it.
$5.99 a gallon right there from Slayton. 0-2. Loaded up for the Mariners. 5-0 Red Sox. Here's the pitch, and it is a little bit high with a fastball. J.P. Crawford came up with the Philadelphia Phillies. They thought he was going to be their absolute next superstar. He has come to Seattle and really found a home.
If you throw him a breaking ball, you got to get it in the dirt. Do not hang him a breaking ball.
Loaded up. 2 down. 1-2 pitch is down and in. It was a fastball, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, I was in camp with Crawford in 2018 there in Clearwater with the Phillies. A lot of juice. This baseball a long ways.
And again, in this ballpark, this team, he does have the clutch gene. But Slayton, 2-2. They are fired up in Seattle. Slayton sets. He throws, and he misses just inside. Looked like a fastball there, and it's 3-2. Listen to this ballpark right now. World Cup fever. Mariners at every base, 3-2. Runners go, the pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. Slayton blows Crawford away, and we go to the 8th inning. 5-0 Red Sox on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
When I scraped my car in that parking garage, I was worried that it could be a long process to take care of it. Like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I have definitely already been here. Now, was it left, right, or right, left? Well, maybe I'll cut a path out and find my way back later.
But it wasn't like that. I filed a claim in under 2 minutes on the Geico app, and they handled it from there. It was taken care of almost as quickly as it happened.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
Wake up.
Ready for a little fun? Try Chumba Casino. Play hundreds of games, plus get a free welcome offer to start. Chumba Casino. Play for the fun, stay for the surprises. Let's Chumba.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T&Cs. 21 plus.
Booking.com is the easiest way from an endless checkout line to a late check-in. Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
Taking care of your mental health can feel harder than it should be. Between busy schedules, long wait lists, and trying to find the right provider, it's easy to put it off. That's where Brightside comes in. Brightside offers fully online therapy and psychiatry from home, with personalized care plans built around your needs. They also offer flexible scheduling, including evenings and weekends, plus unlimited messaging with providers. Visit brightside.com to book your first session today. That's brightside.com. Insurance accepted. Appointments as soon as today.
WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Mickey Gasper is going to see Luis Castillo as we go to the top of the 8th inning. 5-0, Sox lead. Pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Jeffrey Glassman Injury Lawyers. Hurt in a car work accident. Got to get Glassman. I almost got hurt by a work accident that Cal Raleigh fell that came in here. 0-1. Cedon waits on deck. Luis Castillo giving up 4 runs, throws, and Mickey takes a strike on the outside corner.
Hey, you got to get the dumper. Sign that for the boys.
And the thing about Cal, I've actually, he's a big fan of Jason Varitek.
Right.
Huge.
Aren't we all?
New England guy, no doubt. 0-2 is a ground ball softly hit to the first base side. Naylor flips to Castillo, steps on the first base bag. I've had the good fortune of talking to Cal Raleigh 3-4 times. He will put the big dumper on the autograph. He will. Which will go over great with my oldest son, who you call Turtle. 1 down, here comes Cedon Rafaela. What a delight it is, by the way, to have this job, to be a part of this thing, as Cedon swings and fouls it off, and to have them, my boys and your girls, be exposed to so many stars in the game and be sort of accepted as part of the family.
Yeah, it is really cool. And they're all 4 of them close in age, so they're going to grow up around this. I'm pretty lucky.
It is amazing. The 0-1 to Cedon is a strike. And you know what I want the most? To have them all on a duck boat together.
I'll give them a few more years, and you keep your boys away from my girls, okay?
0-2 to Cedon. Here is the pitch, and it is outside. Come on, man. I'm raising saints.
That's what I was going to say. You actually are raising some great kids.
Wouldn't that be crazy? If that ended up happening, 1-2, here's the pitch, and it swung on and fouled off. Bailey looks like me. Charlie looks like his mom. Maddie looks like you. Kenzie looks like her mom. Crazy. And I would have loved to have all 4 of them here today. This has been one of the great days in sports in this country for a long time. 1-2 to Cedon. He swings and misses. He is gone. It is impossible to describe the energy that percolated through this city today. I mean, people marching to the stadium, up and down all these streets. There are some yellow Socceroo jerseys still here in Seattle. And they were delightful, too, even in a loss. I mean, just couldn't have been more hospitable and pleasant. The pitch to Willier is down. And the thing about what's going on right now in this country with our World Cup team, I've been in Germany when Germany went on an incredible run. France won in '98 with their home crowd behind them. There is something building right now with the national team as Abreu hits a hard ground ball on the first base side. Naylor's got it. He'll walk to the bag and retire Abreu to end the inning. A little bit more on that when we return. I think there's a real chance for something totally magical to happen in the next 5 weeks. 5-0 Red Sox, bottom 8 in Seattle on the Shaw's and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Looks like he'll approach the pump for the first time this week. He's been here many times, but this time it looks as if, yes, folks, he took out his phone as he steps up to the pump.
That's a pro move, saving at the pump with GulfPay.
Absolutely. He knows when the Red Sox win on the road, he wins at the pump.
Fans like him are saving 10 cents off per gallon all season long the day after the Red Sox win on the road with GulfPay. See app for details.
And he's done it. Paid, fueled, and saved with just a tap.
Bringing a data center online takes more than equipment. It takes precision. Graybar helps customers predict, stage, schedule, deliver, and verify every step of the build with critical products that are available now. From networking and wireless to critical power and testing tools, our teams help you reduce downtime risk and keep projects on track. Speed, scale, ready now. Yep, Graybar does that.
Hey, weren't you just complaining about the roads needing work? When you spot orange coming up on the road, slow down, stay alert, and always follow the work zone signs. Traffic changes require your full attention, and the crews repairing your roads expect you to follow the law for everyone's safety. Speeding through can land you a costly fine, or worse. Respect the zone. It's not a game.
As America commemorates 250 years, the Rhode Island Lottery helps to mark Rhode Island's pivotal role in the anniversary with the RI-250 Instant Game. This $5 game features 5 historic Rhode Island scenes, each with the corresponding fact on the back. Whether you're a history buff, a proud Rhode Islander, or just looking to join in on the commemoration, the RI-250 Instant Game brings history to life. Details at rilot.com. Please play responsibly.
Afternoons 2 to 6. Now, back to the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Greg Weissert is on as we go into the 8th inning. Bottom half, that is. 5-0 Red Sox. Check of the game score brought to you by Veg ER for Pets, the official emergency vet group. Red Sox Radio Network. Here's Emerson, left-handed hitter. Pitch, strike. You know, Greg Weissert, I think Will has really turned the corner. Last 3-4 outings, he has been fabulous.
He's filling up the zone a lot more. The fastball's actually picked up a tick of velocity also.
1-1. Pitch. He is a liner up the middle. Marcelo leaps behind the second base bag and makes the play. Go get it, kid. There's one down.
Even that one, that's a changeup. Perfectly down and away just off the plate. Hit off the end of the bat. You thought that had single written all over it. Marcelo was playing up the middle, but still had to leave his feet, get up, and go get it.
He's feeling the West Coast vibes. Marcelo is. 2-run hit. And here comes Weston Wilson. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Strike on the outside corner. Hurry in and bring home a winning deal at the Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of the Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. 0-1. Pitch is a soft ground ball on the left side. Coming on, Marcelo. Gloves. He throws to first. Come on.
Easy peasy.
In time, 2 down.
He's so smooth out there with the glove. I know the metrics don't love him at shortstop so far since he moved over there. The range hasn't been great. He also hadn't had a ton of opportunities going side to side. It's been a lot of stuff right at him. He was so good at second base early this season. Obviously, he had to make the move after Trevor got hurt. Still a very solid defender.
2 down, bases empty. Here's Rob Refsnyder against Weissert. 5-0 Red Sox in the 8th. The pitch is a little bit high. You know, I know you get asked this question. I do too. People say, where's your favorite place to go on the road? And I do often gravitate towards all these ballparks out west. 1-0 to Refsnyder. The pitch is a little bit high. And somehow I tend to forget this one. I talk about San Francisco, San Diego. This place is absolutely glorious. 2-0. Pitch is fouled back. Rob took a huge rip there. He had a huge 2-run homer here 2 years ago when the Red Sox came to town. You know, Seattle is so different than Boston, and yet those two great American cities do have a lot of things in common. 2-1. Pitch is low. One thing that I think stands out to me about both these spots is that this time of night, as the evening wears on, there's something about twilight in these great towns and these great ballparks that really is illuminating. 3-1 to Rob. The pitch is a ground ball foul outside of third. I mean, we don't have the Sitco sign anymore. That stinks. It'll be back in, 6 months. They're moving it 120 yards over. But now the sun is setting over the Puget Sound, and there's just pink and orange on top of Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks, where we hosted a World Cup game today. 3-2. The pitch is swung on and missed. He got him. And on a beautiful Seattle night, Weissert just blows the Mariners away. We go to the 9th inning. 5-0 Sox lead on the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Celebrate America's 250th birthday with a perfect night's sleep. This July 4th, save up to $600 on Serta Perfect Sleeper X mattresses and adjustable base sets with the Q4 support system that helps relieve aches and back pain. Visit a Serta retailer today.
We all belong outside. We're drawn to nature, whether it's the recorded sounds of the ocean we doze off to, or the succulents that adorn our homes. Nature makes all of our lives, well, better. Despite all this, we often go about our busy lives removed from it. But the outdoors is closer than we realize. With All Trails, you can discover trails nearby and explore confidently. With offline maps and on-trail navigation, download the free app today and make the most of your summer with All Trails.
When you switch to Geico, you've got claims reps available around the clock. So whenever you need, you'll have people around to help. It kind of feels like having the TV on in the background when you're home alone. Isn't that soothing?
It feels good to have support. It feels good to Geico.
You're a pro at running your life, at committing to your workout, at showing up every day. At Bombas, we're pros too. Pros at making socks. Our sport assortment has specialized socks for whatever sport you're committed to. Running, hiking, golf, Pilates, and so much more. Made with sweat-wicking yarns, blister-fighting details, and targeted arch support. Bombas Sport is pro-level socks from the pros of socks. For another pro, you. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code audio for 20% off your first purchase. That's bombas.com and use code audio.
Boston sports with you wherever you go. Download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
Wilson Contreras leads it off as we go to the top of the ninth inning. 5-0 Red Sox lead. Luis Castillo continues in the game. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. So fun learning the rhythms of ball players. You just knew that Wilson right there was going to take a violent swing. Back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Stay tuned after the game for the Nissan post-game show. Hurry and bring home a winning deal. Nissan Summer Sales Event. Now's the time to get behind the wheel of the Nissan Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. 0-1 to Wilson. Pitch is a little bit high. One to Contreras. Pitch is swung on and missed. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. We almost had a no-hitter from Ranger Suarez, which kind of would have blended in with the emotion and feeling of this day. As we've kind of touched on all day long and all broadcasts long. This is one of those days you do kind of have to pinch yourself. 1-2 to Contreras. The pitch is popped up into right field. Canzone coming on. He is there to make the play, and there's one down. From the moment I woke up today, he just walked onto the streets, and everything felt different. In this city, which is a soccer hub, a team that had won its first game, there was just something going on here that is impossible to put your finger on.
Yeah, you could feel it, no doubt. I'll take a win.
Already got the most important win. Red Sox trying to make it 2 for 2 today. The pitch to Jaron Durant is a fastball top of the zone, 0-1. And again, I just want to reiterate this. In a time where we're all so divided, where everything seems so polarizing and difficult and angry, Durant takes a strike on the outside corner. It was absolutely delightful to walk the streets of this city as Tommy Kahnle, who's the biggest soccer fan on the team, is up and warming in the bullpen. 0-2. Here's the pitch, and it's outside. And not only to feel this collective joy, but there was a true patriotism in the streets today. I mean, you're just walking down glorious vistas, looking out onto the Puget Sound with everybody in red, white, and blue. 1-2 to Duran. Pitch is fouled off in the third base side. And again, division, polarization, it's just a defining thing that we live in right now. There was something so awesome about walking down the streets of an American city and from the bottom of your gut chanting USA. 1-2 to Jaron Durant. 5-0 Sox lead in the ninth. The pitch is swung on a miss. He got him with a breaking ball.
Ooh, that was nasty.
Yeah, they're 2 away. Sports bring people together in a way that nothing else does.
It's funny too. Well, not funny, but it's, soccer, football, whatever you call it. It's such a, European sport, English sport, where it's being able to do it here is special.
It is.
And having people from all over the world come here. And you hear the interviews of, we're here on the news about what's going on there. We didn't know what to expect. We were a little scared.
Caleb Durbin behind 0-1 as Castillo splits one of the outside corner 0-2.
I don't know if you saw it. I got to send it to you. There's an interview of a Scottish woman in Boston. in tears, like emotional, saying we were scared to come here because of everything we see on the news and everything that's going on. And everyone in Boston was so welcoming.
No doubt. 0-2 is skied into right center field. This thing is driven, and it is going to get down off the track and off the base of the wall. Caleb Durbin. No Caleb, no party. A 2-out double in the top of the 9th.
3-hit day for him. Home run in the 2nd inning. He struck out in the 5th, a single in the 7th, and now a double.
As I said about 20 minutes ago, I mean, not only is everything you're saying so true, where people coming from across the globe to come into the United States and enjoy this World Cup, as Marcelo Meyer digs in, there is something special happening with the team that wears our jersey. Here's Marcelo, who swings and misses at a fastball. It's 0-1. They are riding the energy, and they're so much more skilled and talented than teams we've watched for 20 years. Every play is joyous for this national team. 0-1, the pitch is a strike. You said it. I mean, you watch all these European teams, South American teams with Messi and Argentina. There's so much artistry and creativity. The United States for years and years have basically had to just kind of white knuckle it, survive. That is not the way they're playing right now. 0-2 to Marcelo. The pitch is down and in. I cannot tell you how joyous it was watching not only the goals be scored and the fervor of the crowd, but again, so many chances. They just were pushing forward over and over again today, just as they did in the opener. 1-2 is a liner into left field. This thing hit hard, but way back on it, Victor Robles. He can't get it. Coming home is Durbin. Stay hot, Marcelo. It's a double, and the Red Sox tack on another. They lead 6-0.
Just two beautiful swings. I mean, Durbin and Marcelo both they get in trouble at the plate because they get pull happy. Everything pull, trying to hit it in the air. That's 2 at-bats in a row. Both of those guys driving the ball to the opposite field. That was a fastball to Marcelo on the corner. A great pitch, just takes it the other way. And Durbin's was a slider down and away. He stayed through it, drove it the other way. These guys are starting to make some adjustments.
Here's Carlos Narvaez. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball. Red Sox have not walked, but when they do, brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. Even the heaviest control problems, visit northshore.com. Ranger Suarez had no control problems tonight. He was awesome. 1 hit over 7 1/3 innings. 0-1 to Carlos Narvaez. 6-0 Red Sox. Pitch is a little bit inside. And it is 1-1. I'm so with you, Will. The Red Sox will be the best version of themselves if this guy is behind the plate most nights.
Been begging for it for 2 weeks. I get it. You're trying to get Gasper's bat in there. You're trying to get Yoshida in there. But this is your catcher.
1-1. Swing and miss.
And the bat's going to come. We've seen it. But you need consistent at-bats in this league against all these really top-tier arms to find your footing. Get some timing and rhythm at the plate. You can't do that playing twice a week.
1-2 to Narvaez. Pitch is fouled back. Especially catchers. I mean, their most important job is just to make the pitcher feel comfortable.
Right. All day when they're catching, it's meetings with the pitching coach, the starting pitcher, going through matchups, looking at the bullpen, their matchups in those pockets for certain guys. You don't spend a whole lot of time in the cage.
1 ball, 2 strikes. A run in. The pitch is just up and away. That was very close, but a ball, and it's 2-2. Subaru New England scoreboard. Just about everything else in baseball is done. Red Sox night owls in the Pacific Northwest. 2-2. Pitch to Narvi. Is drilled into center field, but it will hang up for the center fielder who makes the grab on the run. Julio makes the grab, and the Red Sox are retired. However, Marcelo and Durbin combined to put a run across. 6-0 Red Sox in the Shaws and Star Market, WEEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You didn't just want a grill. You wanted a stainless steel 1700-degree canvas. And you found it at your local True Value. True Value. Your project, your way. Find weekly deals at truevalue.com or your locally owned store.
Ice Cube's Big 3 is back. The most competitive basketball league on earth is on CBS this Saturday. Big 3 All-Star Dwight Howard and the LA Riot take on Greg Monroe and the Dallas Power. Then Coach Rick Mahorn, Sensation Nazir Kaur, and the Detroit Amps look to protect home court against back-to-back MVP Michael Beasley and the defending champs Miami 305. The game played the way you love. Watch live Saturday on CBS at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, and catch replays on BET.
Oh, yay, yay!
Instacart Shopper Notes make it easy to get the fish you want, which means you can write super specific notes about your fish, like,
Whitefish, fresh from the stall. Firm to the touch, no smell at all. Skin off, bones out, thick, not thin. Bring the sea to my kitchen.
I did say right, but hey, that was catchy. Want seafood just how you like? Download the Instacart app and get particular with Shopper Notes.
Been a while? Jump back into Chumba Casino. Enjoy new games every week and your daily login bonus. Log in today to keep the fun going. Chumba Casino, where the fun never stops. Let's Chumba.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T&Cs. 21 plus.
EEI on the go? Just download the Odyssey app. Now, back to Red Sox baseball on WEEI.
On we go into the bottom of the ninth inning. The Red Sox all over the Mariners on a special American sporting day. They lead 6-0. Just so blessed to be in the Pacific Northwest this evening. Sox about hit the Mariners 10-1. We had a chance, and I think both Will and I were feeling this about an hour ago, to have true sort of mystical magic here tonight. Here is Cal Raleigh, who takes a pitch outside for ball one.
Tommy Kahnle coming into this game, obviously he's got that changeup. He throws it so much. Had some good conversations with him about that pitch.
1-0. Strike. What stood out about how he described it to you?
I love that he said, sometimes he doesn't necessarily try to cut his changeup, but when he tries to go glove side, which is into lefties, he tends to get around and it cuts, so he can make it go both ways.
1-1 to Raleigh. Pitch is inside. Isn't that amazing? I mean, your body, pitchers have DNA that just makes them naturally throw the ball one way or another. And certainly a blessing for him that he just naturally has that action on it. The 2-1 pitch is hit hard on the ground and foul on the first base side. 2-2.
There's some tired soccer fans in the stands who double barrel fun today.
Can I just tell you, I can relate. It was an unbelievable and very long day. 2-2. Here's the pitch, and it is exactly what you're talking about, that changeup that does kind of cut a little bit into Raleigh, and it's 2-2.
I mean, this guy, I'm watching on Nesson right now. He is fighting for his life. He is trying not to fall asleep so hard. You've called the last 3 innings with your eyes closed. It's been impressive.
Who's this hitter?
Purely on sound. Sounds like the big dumper.
Who hit a foul into our booth a couple innings ago. I mean, that is such a great shot that Nesson has. 2-2 to Raleigh. The pitch is low. Honestly, he's out on his feet. His mouth is half open, and somehow his eyes are not closed.
America.
Heck yeah. 3-2. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled straight back.
Oof, got away with
Team
one there.
America World Police is one of the funniest movies ever made.
Hilarious. The violent vomiting scene.
No, Gary, I'm not from Hollywood. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Red Sox lead the Mariners 6-0. Get you More on the Subaru of New England scoreboard in a moment. Pitch is a little low. Cal Raleigh walks. And it's brought to you by North Shore Adult Diapers. Even the heaviest control problems. NorthShore.com.
You know, even though Cal Raleigh hitting 164 coming into this game, 7 homers, not having his typical season, they've been very careful with him today. And I don't blame him.
3 walks. Sometimes that's the best way for a great hitter like him to turn it around. Here's Julio Rodriguez. Speaking of, he takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Game attendance. Massive. More than 45,000 here tonight in Seattle. Some still awake. Crispy, crunchy chicken, I should say. Chicken. 1-0 pitch is skied into center field. This thing is pounded. Back on its Cedon at the warning track at the wall. He can't get it. It's out of here. 2-run homer for Julio. And it's 6-2 in Seattle. Why not? A little more pyrotechnics here on a glorious American day. And you do wonder whether with another base runner aboard that might get Aroldis Chapman up and throwing.
Yeah, he's up moving around right now. See if he picks up a baseball. I guarantee he does. Canely just not his typical command. It's either been uncompetitive or down the middle of the plate. Got away with a couple to Raleigh. First pitch was down the middle, fouled away by Julio. That one, another changeup, middle, hit out just left of center field.
All right, here's Josh Naylor, left-hander, swinging miss. I think Julio Rodriguez is going to end up in Cooperstown. He is an extraordinary talent. That was his 14th home run. Just think about how early he broke into the big leagues. He signed the massive, kind of unconventional, incentive-laden extension.
Was he 20?
0-1. Pitch is a little high. He's that kind of talent, though.
Oh, if he can put it all together and have like a complete season instead of 2 separate halves, absolutely.
He does tend to be streaky.
Yeah, very.
1-1 to Naylor. Pitch is a ground ball back to Canely. He gloves it. He will flip horseshoe style to first in time. And there's one away in the 9th. I mean, Julio Rodriguez broke into the big leagues at the age of 21 in 2022. And in 665 games, he's got 125 homers as Chapman is warming. Elite talent. Here's Dom Canzone, left-hander. And Canely just splits the middle of the zone with a fastball, and it's 0-1. He won the Rookie of the Year in 22. 4th in the MVP the following year. 6th in that voting last year. Here's a high fly down the left field line. Coming over into foul ground is Duran. And he runs out of room into the seats. Foul ball, and it's 0-2. To me, Julio's the kind of guy that just meets all of the criteria you think about in terms of one of those Hall of Fame type players.
Yeah.
In his generation, was he a guy who jumped off the page?
Yeah, with those tools and getting into the major leagues at that age, sure.
0-2, Canely throws. And a swing and a miss. Great changeup there. And the Red Sox are an out away.
Yeah, that was a good one. But the difference in that at bat was he got ahead. He showed his fastball early, and then the changeup becomes much more effective later in that count.
So 1 out away on a World Cup day. Here's Cole Young, left-handed hitter, facing Tommy Canely, 6'2" Red Sox. Here's the pitch. And it's strike on the outside corner. 45,775 the attendance here this evening. Crispy Crunchy is the official fried chicken of the Red Sox. CrispyCrunchy.com. The Mariners challenge here, and they lose. Strike at the bottom of the zone. It remains 0-1 by, what, less than 1/10 of an inch?
A piece of a seam. Give it that. Rules are rules.
I never learned that. 0-1. 6-2 Red Sox. The pitch is a ground ball foul on the first base side, and Boston is 1 strike away. An absolutely glorious Seattle day. There's a chance to end in a perfect way for the Red Sox. Darkening skies. Canley throws. 0-2. Popped up. Should end it on the first base side. Contreras comes on. He is there to make the play. What a day in Seattle. Red Sox beat the Mariners 6-2 on the heels of a Team USA win.
Just a complete domination, really. I mean, Suarez was unreal, had no-hit stuff. Obviously lost a little bit of his of gas there in his last inning of work, but the offense was so much better. Caleb Durbin, 3 hits, including a homer and a double. Marcelo Meyer driving in 3. How about this? 3 for 6 with runners in scoring position, just 2 left on today.
After a disastrous homestand in that exact kind of spot. All right, 6-2 Red Sox. We'll check into the Red Sox dugout after this in the Shaws and Star Market, WEI Red Sox Radio Network.
Since 1961, New Englanders have trusted one name to protect their homes and businesses.